Do you have headphones for Willie at 15?
Yeah.
The days are longer, and the flowers are blooming. Whether it's gardening, yard work, or just spending time outdoors, spring has a way of getting us moving despite any body pain. That's where Aleve can keep you going. One dose, Aleve gives you long-lasting body pain relief for up to 12 hours. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Listen to Cofield and Company weekday afternoons at 3 on ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM, KWWN Las Vegas. It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Friday. Feeling Toyota Studios, the hockey show down at Treasure Island. Manning the station there, manning the set at TI Golden Circle Sports Bar. Great spot to watch VGK tonight. Adam Hill is across the way. James is steering the ship here in the Findlay Toyota Studios. It's Cofield. Much to get into. Hockey, NBA. Obviously, Adam's all over the Raiders, so we'll get into a lot of NFL. Good conversations coming up, including getting into the WNBA. Just saw the valuations, according to Sportico, of WNBA franchises. My God, Mark Davis made a good investment. So we'll get into those numbers. Also, what happened back on Media Day with the Aces. But Adam, we come in here and actually wanted to start out talking a little NBA because last night was kind of flabbergasting. It was one of the odder spots, and I'm sure I didn't look today to see if there was some narrative about NBA hating and how the Hawks are an example of something. They just didn't show up, or did the Knicks come out with a vengeance ready to go? Because it was, 86? Was it 86-43 at the half? It was pure ugliness.
It was some in that area. I know the first time that I checked it on the score,
83-36.
I believe it was 72-22. And I was writing, and every once in a while you're writing and check on Twitter, and people start like making fun of the Hawks and like, well, how bad can it be? And I look, and I was like, 22-22 is not that bad. And I was like, wait, 72?
Yeah.
72? It almost, I've actually heard other people say this, not to take it from them, but it's really what I thought. I was like, oh, there's no way that's just sometimes they have a typo on the cryon or something. And no, it was 72-22. That is that the Hawks being bad, the Knicks being good. I know, the Hawks after the game were basically saying like they just pushed us around, dominated us physically. Like, no, that's everything. It has to be all of it.
Yeah.
It can't be one side or the other.
Perfect storm on both sides.
Yeah, it's just a complete collapse on one side, great performance on the other. And then I think once you're down, 25 early and you're not chipping away at all, then you just kind of mail it in. And I think that's kind of what happened as the game went on. The craziest part of that game to me, there's so many, obviously the biggest lead at halftime in a playoff game ever, all the historical stats that went into it. You expect, and I tweeted at the time, I said, I want to have a camera in the Hawks locker room. What are they going to talk? Like, you're not, come on, guys, let's go. We got 1/2 left to play. You're not going to rally them. It's just, hey, get some respect. Get something out of this. And then the Knicks go on a 10-0 run to open the third quarter. How is that possible? How are you down 50 and allow a 10-0 run the other way to open the third quarter? That's crazy.
Do you want to see them fighting at the break, or is it not even worth it at that point?
I want to see something.
I don't mean fighting coming out of the locker room. I mean like fist fights in the locker room. Like,
no.
Guys start getting called out like, hey, shut up.
I don't know if that's necessary, but I mean, you're at home too.
Well,
like,
they didn't come out ready for the second half either.
Show some fight.
Amazing. So we got 3 NBA games tonight. We'll break them all down as we move along. We're going to talk to Chuck Esposito in the middle of the show from STN and the sports books. That book is in Treasure Island at the Golden Circle Sports Bar. We got Detroit, Orlando coming up here in 57 minutes, 4:30 start. Cleveland and Toronto. This series has become a lot more difficult for the Cavs than it was supposed to be. And Lakers, oh boy, getting a little bit scary now. Could the Lakers be the first 3-0 team in a series in NBA history to blow it? What is it, 160-0, something like that? Yeah. So could the Lakers blow it? We'll get into that as the show moves along. A's baseball today is right here on ESPN Las Vegas as they will start up a series with the Guardians at home in Sacktown. Ginn against Cantillo. Slight dog in this one for the A's. We're out to a 17-14 start. And if you're listening for, or you want to listen to A's baseball throughout the weekend, all the games are on ESPN Las Vegas, 7 o'clock tonight. First pitch coverage starts on Saturday and Sunday, both at 12:30. And again, it's the Guardians. We'll give some updates on baseball, some injury updates already. I was whining with James before we got on the air. I looked up on the ticker and I saw more of my fantasy players injured, but I'll do that during the breaks. I'll save the listeners from hearing me whine. So today is very much about what's going on with the Raiders this weekend. And man, I saw Mendoza running out of the building,
Big
some
smile.
cool music behind it. And I was like, oh, Adam's out there. But availability or access is not until tomorrow at Raiders rookie minicamp.
Yeah, during mini camps and OTAs, the actual mini camp in June, you get all 3 days of access, I believe. But OTAs and rookie mini camp, if they're in for like 3 days, you get 1 day to be around there to get interviews, to watch them, get photos and videos and all that stuff. So you'll see a ton of stuff coming out tomorrow from the media out at mini camp. But today they were out on the field for the first time. Limited to what they can do out there. They're not going to be like scrimmaging or running 11 on 11, stuff like that. But they are out on the field, and Mendoza in a Raiders jersey, his red no contact jersey for the first time, and provided some content for the Raiders social team.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. They have other quarterbacks they signed as UDFAs, right? Rookies.
Yeah.
Anyone intriguing? I mean,
yeah, but he didn't sign, right? So it was his agency and his college both said he signed.
Who's this?
Sawyer Robertson.
Okay.
He looks like he's just a tryout guy, which we talked about the differences the other day, where some guys are actually signed on the roster, some guys are in there to try out, and then you'll if guys outperform others during this mini camp, then you switch those and put the tryout guys on the roster and cut some of the guys that you signed. But Sawyer Robertson looks like he signed he's a mini camp tryout, but I mean he can throw it. I think that there's some things to clean up for sure. But if you watched, first of all, if you watched his film from college in Baylor, he's fantastic. But if you watch the Gruden QB school with him, he was costing Gruden money because Gruden's like challenging him, like, hey, if you can hit this target, $500, and he's boom, hit this one, $500, boom. I mean, his arm is fantastic. There's other things, like I said, that aren't quite there, but the arm's great, and I think that's something you can work with. So I mean, that'd be a guy I'll be watching out there, seeing if he can zip it around a little bit for sure.
Lots of wide receivers will be getting looks.
Yeah.
They didn't come in the draft, though. We haven't talked to you a whole lot since the draft. We did a recap during the week when you were a guest. Were you surprised they didn't load up on more receivers in the draft proper?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it's something I think they need. I know, it's a question that's asked a lot of John Spytek. The few times he's done appearances, it's when are you going to get a receiver? He thinks they have good receivers, and I think they do too. I think they're okay. There's some trades. I don't think they have, one of the types of receivers they really need, which would be, a physical contested catch 50-50 guy, because that's, I mean, you realize who they drafted at quarterback, right? Somebody who was, credit to him for putting the ball in the right position, but so much of his success was 50-50 balls with his receivers in college. Well, who's that guy? I don't know that they're who's their physical big receiver. It's Brock Bowers. But in terms of the wide receiver core, really don't have that guy. And I don't know that they were on the board when they were drafting. I loved Malachi Fields as that guy. I loved Jacoby Lane as that guy. Coming out, but they weren't really necessarily there when they were, in spots that they were picking. So, they end up getting Malik Benson late in the draft, who is not really that guy. He's a deep ball threat for sure, track guy. Compared to Dante Thornton from last year, he's far better at tracking the ball in the air.
Size?
He's not quite as big as Thornton, but he's big enough. When he's fast,
right.
He's fast.
Thornton's big.
He's fast. But again, he's not like a physical presence necessarily. He'll go get the ball. And when Thornton had troubles last year tracking the deep ball, Malik Benson doesn't really have that. He's really, really good when the ball's in the air at going to get it, but not necessarily if it's a contested catch. So that's something to watch. I think that's still something that they want to that they probably want to address and bring in at some point. But the answer to that question, again, like I said, is Brock Bowers. But there is potentially one UDFA guy. Who could
Hold
be
on to
part of
that. Let's tease that because I want to get into the wide receiver room because I'm still concerned about the mix of receivers. And it tells me, just like another position, that they're confident in what they have or that they can pick someone up. So maybe they're going to pick someone up. If you're looking for a good spot to grab dinner, drinks tonight, actually, you can take the kids there as well over the weekend for a fantastic Sunday. But it all starts now on this Friday as happy hours going down. Nevada Brew Works at Boca Park, non-smoking. Spot that has more than just beer. You can enjoy award-winning cocktails, brick oven pizza, and half-price steaks. That's on Sundays. They have the reverse happy hour that goes Sunday through Thursday. But happy hour going down right now, so $2.50 off the beers, lots of food specials. Got the outdoor games with the dog-friendly patio. They're also, as I said, cocktails, not only just a craft beer with 10 beers up on the board, but they've got cocktails. Margarita Flight starts up today, less than $20. You get 4 mini margaritas with the classic, the peach, the kiwi, the prickly pear. It's Boca Park. It's Nevada Brew Works. And I've got a new beer that I was making the other day. I swear I made the whole thing. But I was there pouring some hops in the boiling cauldron and hooking up some hoses. That's about all I did. I didn't know what the hell it was. I was like raking stuff. It was hard work. The beer is Steve's Spring Zest Pils. It's a Pilsner. We're going to debut it on May 14th with a live show on a Thursday. That's a couple weeks from now. It's Nevada Brew Works in Boca Park.
Got something to say? Hit us up on the Bay Law text line. 702-364-1100. Brought to you by Bay Law Injury Attorneys. Winning is no accident.
Hey, babe, where are you going?
Fantastic indoor swap meet.
The swap meet? I love Fantastic. Can I come along?
Sure, if you bring your wallet.
What are we shopping for?
Everything. They've got everything, and it's a lot more fun than shopping online.
Okay, let's spend the afternoon. It's just over on Decatur and Okie.
You know, Fantastic's open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 to 6. And like they say, it's fantastic.
And like they say, we've got it.
Spring into cash for betting sports on the William Hill mobile app. With the William Hill Cash Rewards program, you can earn up to $500 in cash. Earn Spree Rewards points for mobile wagers made until May 31st. Win or lose, you can earn even more Spring Rewards points for teasers, parlays, and same-game parlays. Sign up for the William Hill mobile app today and opt in to enroll in Spring Rewards. To see participating locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Summer starts at Palms Pool when your desert oasis opens March 16th. Kick back in style with a private cabana, perfect for soaking up the sun or chilling in the shade. And the best part? Nevada locals can book a cabana free. Whether you're meeting friends or taking a full day of relaxation, Palms Pool is the place to be. Reserve your cabana today and enjoy free admission and parking. Check out palms.com to book or for more information on upcoming poolside entertainment for locals age 21 plus.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Looking for heavy equipment but don't know where to buy? Purple Wave Auction has you covered. Always online and always no reserve. It's your destination for construction or ag equipment ready to work. We even sell semis, trailers, and fleet equipment for your operation. Best part? It's free to join. Head to purplewave.com. That's purplewave.com. Sign up for a free account and start bidding today. Purple Wave Auction, the easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Car Kids to reach a friendly car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
When you need cash, how quickly can LendingStore.com connect you to a lender faster than this commercial? Whether you need cash for a medical bill, groceries, or rent, LendingStore.com's network of lenders makes it quick and easy. In less time than this ad, you can fill out a few fields at LendingStore.com and find out if a lender can get you $500 to $5,000 as early as tomorrow. So visit LendingStore.com today for details. See website for details. Lending Store is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old, not available in all states.
Modelo is an official cerveza of the Las Vegas Raiders and the JT the Brick Show. Modelo Especial is a rich, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste, brewed with fighting spirit since 1925.
Summer just got a whole lot more rewarding at Terrible's. During our 100 days of summer, we are dropping new deals every single day. At Terrible's, the calendar is stacked. Free products, buy one, get one offers, and 50 cents off each gallon of gas every day. What are you waiting for? The only way to find out is to download the Terrible's Plus Rewards app and earn daily rewards all summer long. 100 days of summer at Terrible's. Something new every day, everywhere. Visit Terrible's.com for details.
An accident isn't just an accident. It's lost time, lost wages, and a fight you didn't choose. That's where we come in. At DeCastro Verde Law, we deliver serious firepower for serious injuries. We fight to make things right. When you're injured, the choice is clear. We're the DeCastro Verde Brothers, and we have your back. Together, we win.
BrothersWin.com.
At DeCastro Verde Law, the brothers have your back. BrothersWin.com.
Here is today's 100 Days of Summer promotion at Whiskey Bar and Grill. Whiskey is offering $3 high ground mules to BFD Society members across all locations. Visit Terribles.com for details.
The Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island Hotel and Casino is the best place to watch games on the Strip. There's a huge video wall and over 55-plus screens throughout the bar. Place your sports bets at the new STN Sportsbook. The menu with the Golden Circle Burger, the Linebacker Bison Burger, Philly Cheesesteak, the Polish Sausage, and so much more is dynamite. The Golden Circle Sports Bar's happy hour is amazing with $5 draft beers every day. At 6P. Treasure Island, the Vegas destination for those seeking a contemporary resort experience with an ideal location on the Las Vegas Strip. And remember, parking is always free.
This sports update is brought to you by Dollar Loan Center. Get up to $5,000 in minutes at Dollar Loan Center. Free to apply, and new customers enjoy 1 week of free interest on their first loan. Visit don'tbebroke.com.
Tonight at 7 o'clock at the Lee's Family Forum, the Henderson Silver Knights open up their Calder Cup playoff series against the Colorado Eagles. 7 o'clock in Utah, the Vegas Golden Knights play Game 6 against the Mammoth. And in Tacoma, the Aviators take on the Rainiers. First pitch, 7:05.
You're listening to ESPN Las Vegas from the Findlay Toyota studio.
All right, let's talk about a busy week for the Las Vegas Aces. Preseason exhibition game coming up this weekend in Dallas, and then regular season starts up on the 9th and the 10th. So things are coming quickly. Willie Ramirez, of course, women's basketball insider for the Sporting Tribune, covers everything around Las Vegas. Willie, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, you know, life's been lifing, but we get through it, and I'm just kind of excited for the start of the WNBA season. Might be the brightest in the past month for me, but let's do it.
Asia Wilson at the press conference on Tuesday had a new look. I don't know who Jean Grey is. I barely know the X-Men. I looked it up, but I sounded like a fool. She was having fun. She seemed to be in really good spirits. She explained her drive to win, that she likes to prove people wrong, and maybe part of that is, as she ages, people believing that she can't win another MVP award. What do you think?
I think she's capable of anything. I just don't think that she's going to win another MVP award, not this season, only for the fact that I think the way that last season started with that 8-8 start and then a 14-14 start, that things are going to be a lot different the way that they started and the way that they're going to start, the people that they brought in to bolster her around her. Yes, it's going to free things up for her to do, but they're adding options that's going to maybe take a little bit away from her production and make life easier to balance things out. You already have Chelsea Gray, you already have Jackie Young, Alyssa Smith and her starting their season together, but you bring in someone like Brianna Turner. You have Stephanie Talbot who looked like a monster in the preseason game. And who knows who's going to step up, in terms of the rookies and Kennedy Carter now in the lineup. So I just think with the roster that they built to start this season, it's done enough to help her to do what she does, but also balance things out enough to where there could be somebody else who has a breakout season, big enough stats to be bigger for their team than A'ja would be for this team, if that makes sense.
She is going into the thing that drives me nuts, though. Like, who is she proving wrong? It's an absolutely ridiculous thing to say.
Yeah, and I, you know what? Adam, you know what? Every time she does this and she says this, there's a part of me that believes that her and Becky are still riding. Like, at some point, I'm waiting for her to bring up the 4th place vote from how many years ago, right? It's like, well, she's the one that got the 4th place vote. I mean, I don't think anybody doubts at this point that A'ja Wilson is the face of women's basketball, the greatest women's the GOAT right now are in the world, right? She is it. And then you have the other players right beneath her in terms of the greats. But I don't think that she's getting the disrespect. I remember the one year that her and Kelsey Plum and Chelsea Gray, they were all saying it like, hey, we're going to prove everybody. What was it that Kelsey said the one year? She was like, we've been beaten, we've been jailed, we've been this, we've been that. So it's sort of a mantra going into the season where I don't think that people are doubting the Aces. Now, don't get me wrong, making the Liberty the favorite to win the WNBA title was a bit of a shock for me, and making the Aces a second choice, especially with the Liberty being with a new coach. I just don't know if they're being underestimated, if anybody's second guessing who A'ja Wilson is at this point, especially with what she did, the second half of last season.
Las Vegas Aces season starting up in less than 2 weeks, May 9th. Saturday opener going up against the Phoenix Mercury. That is a 12:30 start. And then on the road the next day at the Sparks. That is a 3 o'clock start. And Sunday on Ion. Aces are at the Wings. You can get your tickets at aces.wnba.com for the games here at the house or over at the MUA. Who's the sleeper on the team? This is a roster that has a lot of superstars. Who's the sleeper?
I'm going to go with Brianna Turner. I don't think people realize who she is because she's so low key and quiet. She's very humble. She's not a big braggadocious person, but she's a 2-time all defensive player for the WNBA. She came in last year. She was really a quiet voice and leader for the Indiana Fever. We know about this backstory, obviously, with Caitlin Clark and going down and different people stepping up. Kelsey Mitchell was no shock to me in terms of what she did, but Brianna Turner was really a defensive stopper. And I think that was the one thing that they lacked last year, the Aces, that is, was having somebody to, help A'ja out. They brought NaLyssa Smith in, and then they gelled together, and their defense came together in those last 14 games or 16 when they go on a 16-game winning streak after that debacle of a 54-point home loss to the Lynx. But Bree Turner, the other thing about her, she has played with so many of the players on the team that there's no finding a new chemistry in the locker room with. That's a big thing with this team is how does the personality fit in the locker room? Bree Turner's played with Kennedy Carter and Dana Evans in Chicago. She's played with A'ja at USA's when they were youngsters. She knows a lot of these players. So I think that's helped gel her right into training camp. And I think her defensive presence is going to be what really stands out. The fans are going to see that she's a huge defensive stopper. And I think that's the sleeper this year that emerges and becomes somebody that says, wow, what a difference.
Wheeler Ramirez is with us here from the Sporting Tribune. I think the addition of Kennedy Carter is one of the bigger stories of the offseason due to the fact that she's had issues with pretty much every team she's been on, but she was in good spirits, and it seemed like Gray and especially A'ja Wilson really like what they see early on in training camp, and she could be an unbelievable pickup.
Yeah, and everybody was asking, what's the one word that will describe you? I think that becomes the favorite question at Media Day. I heard it at several Media Days I attended via Zoom, and she said electrifying. I watched the preseason game. I thought that it looked like she was very eager to prove what she could do, and she got out there, and I think that's kind of good to get that overzealousness out of her system and trying to do a little too much. I don't think she has to prove herself with this roster. They knew what they were getting. This is a team with a front office that's going to vet their who they're recruiting. I think Nikki Fargas and Becky Hammond knew what they were getting into when they got Kennedy Carter. And I said this before, I think we talked about it once, that Kennedy Carter couldn't have gone to a better team for her. She's not going to be able to pull off any of her antics or any of her quote unquote attitude or let people rage bait her at this city, because they're just not going to stand for it. And I think that allowing her to be herself, which she said, the same thing that NaLyssa Smith said, we're going to see a different side of her. And I think a lot of people that played with her in Chicago already knew that person. It's just that it's the culture of the locker room. And I think the culture of this locker room will be a good fit for Kennedy Carter. Becky Hammon will be a great coach for her.
I thought the media day was pretty interesting. There were only 2 questions asked about Kennedy Carter and alluding to her past or if she had special rules that were set up with Becky Hammon or the organization. So only 2 with all that availability. So that's the WNBA for you. But it's going to be a really fascinating story to follow. Willie, I want to get back to WNBA here in less than 5 minutes, but on your deal right now, you're laid up. You had an injury. I know you're on the mend. What's going on in terms of some different focuses aside from women's basketball? I know you've been really active on TikTok, and of course, one of your big things is always mental health awareness.
Yeah, today's the start of May, Mental Health Awareness Month. I took a speech that I gave at the Shadow Ridge ESPY Awards last year, and I rewrote it, catered it towards social media and the app, in which I've sort of just become a part of and grown into since late January. And I delivered it. I went on TikTok the other day. Adam and our good buddy Paul jumped in and watched the battle the other night. But I made strict rules the other night with some people across the world. Said no battles, no gifting, no nothing. And I did a mental health speech just to sort of discuss. And the turnout was absolutely incredible. Hundreds of people jumped into the room. At one point, the common denominator, there was about 40 people always in the room. They're rotating in and out. That stayed, and I got a lot of followers behind it. So I think what I'm going to do is venture out on that with a lot of stuff that I've been dealing with the last month or so, and in having to be restrained at home and not be able to do anything. It's a whole different mindset. You never really know about it until you can't walk. And so I want to possibly take a lot of the interviews that I do in person, whether it's been with a Raider or a Golden Knight or a lot of the WNBA players that come into town. And I want to speak to the PR teams and some retired athletes mostly, and just in their journeys through mental health that have been outstanding. So I've already talked to a few people that I know, some PR people to reach out, some media people that know some people, and try to start doing every couple of weeks some live interviews on TikTok, no longer than 30 minutes, get it in, get it out, and sort of grasp the attention of people that, the people that need to hear those athletes out there, or those retired athletes who they see but don't really know their backstory. So I'm hoping to put that in the works in the next month, because the feedback from Wednesday night session on TikTok was absolutely incredible. So I'm looking forward to it, especially, and coincidentally that it happens, we're talking about this May 1st, which is, again, the start of Mental Health Awareness Month.
On TikTok, easiest way to find you?
Willie G. Ramirez, with 2 Z's. I never knew that I created an account years ago with 1 Z. So I had Twitter and Instagram the same, and I guess I did a TikTok but didn't know it. So anyway, it's the one with 2 Z's is where it's at.
Let's close on this one back to the WNBA. It is the biggest season in women's basketball history because there's more money than ever around the league. The players are making more money. Now there's rev sharing. There are other allowances that were added to the labor deal in that labor battle. And a story came out today about the growth of the league. And we know that Mark Davis, way back when, it really wasn't way back when, it was only 5 years ago, got into the league for just $2 million. And now we saw a valuation, according to Sportico, that has one team worth upwards of $850 million. That's right. A WNBA team is worth $850 million
in its second season. Let's point that out also. The Golden State Valkyries, when these valuations came out last year, Golden State was the only team at $500 million, and now it's at $850. And I think what it is I wonder what, once Portland and Toronto get into the mix and they start getting crowds and whatnot, where their worth will be, because it's the fascination of a team, of a city that didn't have a women's basketball team and this draw that they have. No matter what people want to say about the WNBA, no matter who they want to give credit to, who's brought light to it, the fact of the matter is there is going to be a small niche. When you live in a city with millions of people and the arena holds 20,000, it's not like you need a great big percentage of the town to be, to become a fan of that sport. You just need a small percentage to jump in and sell out the arena and sell merchandise and become fans of those cities. So you take Toronto, for instance, who brings Sandy Brondello in, who's a great coach. and coached the New York Liberty to a championship and took them to the WNBA finals. Now she's in Toronto. They go through the expansion draft. I mean, to bring the WNBA to Canada, and they had been doing a global series there the last couple of years. So it's not surprising to me. It's just going to continue to grow. It's going to mean more revenue, and it's going to mean bigger TV deals down the road off the one that they just signed. And people are going to realize we've been saying this, we've been talking about this, and the fact that, hey, the NBA started somewhere, and it took X amount of years before they became profitable. Well, they're just starting the 30th year of the WNBA. So yes, it may be in this new era of, where we're in the 2000s and 2026, but nevertheless, it's still in its infancy stage in terms of the 30th year. So as it continues to grow, the money's going to grow, and it does not shock me, these valuations.
Find Willie stuff at Sporting Trib up on Twitter, thesportingtribune.com, at Willie Ramirez, Willie G. Ramirez on Twitter. Willie, we appreciate it. Get better soon. We'll talk to you, buddy.
All right. Thanks, guys.
There he is, Willie Ramirez on the WNBA. Let's give away some tickets. Sebastian Maniscalco is going to be playing later this month in about 3 weeks. Hunter Show at Wynn, 23rd and 24th. We got tickets for one of those nights. Caller 7-364-1100. Sebastian Maniscalco at the Wynn. Ticketmaster.com is where you can get your tickets if you don't win these. Caller 7-364-1100.
Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio.
Two-run homer for Kerry Carpenter.
The Detroit Tigers and the Texas Rangers, both fighting for the top of their divisions. And they go head-to-head this weekend in Motown.
Forget it. We are tied. A no down into right field, Corey Seager.
On ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM. You have a growing company, and you need to get your employees trained for a commercial driver's license. Let Truck U CDL Training of Las Vegas drive your company's growth and success. No matter how large or small your company is, Truck U offers corporate rates for CDL A and B training. Class schedules are available days, evenings, and weekends, with little or no loss to your company's productivity. Check out truckulv.com to find out more. That's truckulv.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner & Rowe today and let's make them pay. 877-1500.
877-1500. Randy Westbrook, Managing Attorney.
Sign up today for a new William Hill Nevada mobile sports account, and you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first qualifying wager. The William Hill Nevada mobile sports app allows you to bet on the go from any iPhone, iPad, or Android device from anywhere in Nevada. Sign up today and you will never miss another bet. With the largest wagering menu, the mobile sports app features same-game parlays, early cash out, and live in-play wagering on all major sports. For more information, official rules, and to see participating sign-up locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Motherhood to me is everything.
They have no days off. They're so resilient, so strong, and so underrated.
They are 24/7 on call.
I wouldn't be where I am today without her support and guidance.
She just pulled her boots on every day and went to work.
She taught me the importance of being self-reliant and kind, but not a doormat.
Mom is the pillar of our ranch.
She's the backbone of our family.
I'm very fortunate that I grew up with a great mom, and I'm even more fortunate that I've got a great mom for my children.
Boot Barn, keep west.
Now back to Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
All right, rolling on here on this Friday. Show today is brought to you by our friends at Treasure Island Golden Circle Sports Bar. Make sure you get on down there to enjoy the Kentucky Derby tomorrow. We're going to get details on what they've got going on for the Derby and what's going on over at Red Rock as well. Chuck Esposito coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes. So tonight, obviously, a really big night. Would really like to see good prevail over evil. We're good. Utah's evil. Game 6. Couple of wins in a row. Very dramatic. And a lot of new heroes. At least as compared to the run of a couple of years ago. I know they're not new on this year's team.
Yeah.
But we've had some guys come up really big.
Well, it's also historic. I think it's 29. I had to go through the numbers. 29 times a team has trailed all 5 games of a series in the third period. Never before has that team been ahead in the series. And the Golden Knights are. Somehow. They've trailed in the third period every single game, and they have somehow won 3 of the 5. Been crazy. But yeah, it's not Eichel and Marner and Stone and the high paid guys, and they're contributing for sure. Eichel's been really good in distributing, but Dorofeev and Brett Howden, that's your guys that have been the heroes the last couple of games. So it takes everyone. We know that in the Stanley Cup playoff, that's how it goes. But with all these superstar players that the Knights have on the roster, it's those guys that have been heroic the last couple of games.
Carter Hart,
he's been good enough. I mean, the stats would say he hasn't been very good. He's given up a lot of goals, but there's been a lot of chances, and he's made a lot of key plays in big situations to keep the goal lead, and made several saves in overtime each of the last 2 games. So when they've needed him, he's been there. The metrics will probably tell you hasn't been fantastic, but I know last game Utah was at like 65% in the deserve to win meter, which I find very helpful, and I think is pretty accurate. Like, which team is better? Utah was better, and the Golden Knights won, and Hart was a big part of that.
Well, if you want to watch the game tonight, really good viewing party at a brand new spot. They're doing it up at the Tailgate Beach Club in Mandalay Bay. First ever public event. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Puck drops at 7. Tailgate Beach Club at Mandalay Bay. 21-plus venue. We like that. Fans will have a chance to enter to win tickets to the next VGK home game, whether it's Game 7 coming up or the beginning of round number 2. Free giveaways for fans in attendance. And the whole thing is going to kind of feel like you're at a VGK home game. So they're doing it up. A brand new spot at Mandalay Bay. It's the Tailgate Beach Club. Doors open at 6. Puck drops at 7. Get on over there to Tailgate Beach Club at Mandalay Bay to watch the Knights.
The Rich Eisen Show.
I'm glad, Ray Romano, you were here for another segment. I had no idea there was a chapter you need to rewrite from your previous appearance.
I bragged. I memorized every capital of every country, and you guys quizzed me on it, and I got them all right, so I thought. When I went home, sure enough, I looked it up. I got one wrong, and you didn't call me on it.
The Rich Eisen Show.
It's the Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9, here on ESPN Las Vegas.
Worried about your car payment? Don't be. Drive happy with a Westar Credit Union auto loan. Whether you are ready for something new or want to refinance your current ride, we've got you with affordable payments and easy approvals. Picture yourself behind the wheel, windows down, music up, on the road to what matters most. Apply today at westar.org or stop by your nearest branch. All loans are subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply. Must be a member to borrow. Membership requires a savings account with a minimum balance.
The Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island Hotel and Casino is the best place to watch games on the Strip. There's a huge video wall and over 50 at the bar. Place your new menu with the Golden Swirl and Bison Break, the Polish sausage, and so much more is dynamite. The Golden Circle Sports Bar's happy hour is amazing with $5 draft beers every day from 10 a to 6 p. Treasure Island, the Vegas destination for those seeking a contemporary resort experience with an ideal location on the Las Vegas Strip. And remember, parking is always free.
Collectors, Rebel Card Show is back at the Rio Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas on May 2nd and 3rd. Biggest show ever!
Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards.
Plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books.
Beckett, CGC, and JSA will be there.
So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. 600 vendors, including Chumley from TV's Pawn Stars.
Thousands of dollars in free prizes.
Don't miss it. Rebel Card Show, Rio Hotel and Casino. Saturday and Sunday, May 2nd and 3rd, 11 to 5. For more info, go to RebelCardShow.com.
That's RebelCardShow.com.
For 30 years, the LGBTQ Center of Nevada has been a safe and welcoming place to celebrate and serve the entire community. The center advocates for the empowerment and safety of everyone. It provides wellness services for better mental, physical, and holistic health. And the center connects people to the community. Learn more at thecenterlv.org. This message is sponsored by a grant through the Sands Corporation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
Technology never stands still. And neither does Les Olson IT. For 70 years and counting, we've helped businesses adapt, grow, and stay secure through every change. With experienced people and smart technology solutions, we make work easier, more productive, and more secure. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Let Les be here for you.
Hey, Jeff, how's the new job working out?
Really sucks. Terrible boss and the paycheck is even worse. I gotta get a new job.
Truck you.
Wait, what?
Truck you.
You don't have to curse at me.
Dude, you should check out Truck You CDL training. My brother got his CDL license in 4 weeks and now he has a new career making great money.
Okay, I'm listening.
Truck You offers small classes with night and weekend times available. They will even help with payment programs. Check them out. LV.com. Truck You.
ZipZap Auto has expanded into one of the largest independent auto repair shops in the Valley. With 23 bays, over 12,000 square feet, ZipZap is your one-stop shop, offering smog tests, oil changes, detailing, body work, and engine and transmission rebuilding. Plus, ZipZap provides free towing and diagnostics with qualifying repairs. No appointment necessary. ZipZap Auto on Cheyenne and North Durango Drive and online at zipzapauto.com.
PowerShift by NV Energy is all about taking savings to the next level. Check it out. These products and services save energy and money. There are discounts and rebates on energy-efficient devices and free smart thermostats. Take savings to the next level at nvenergy.com/PowerShift. PowerShift by NV Energy. This is what we do.
Hey, Las Vegas, are you tired of plumbing prices that break the bank? At 365 Plumbing, we're bringing fair pricing back. Family owned and operated, we treat your home like it's our own. For your everyday plumbing needs, we're here 365 days a year, rain or shine, day or night. Extend the life of your water heater right now. For a limited time, take advantage of our water heater flush special for only $26. Visit us at 365plumbingnv.com. 365 Plumbing, because where the water flows, 365 Plumbing goes.
When you need cash, how quickly can LendingStore.com connect you to a lender faster than this commercial? Whether you need cash for a medical bill, groceries, or rent, LendingStore.com's network of lenders makes it quick and easy. In less time than this ad, you can fill out a field.com and find out if a lender can get you $500 to $5,000 as early as tomorrow. So visit LendingStore.com today for details. See website for details. Lending Store is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
This sports update is brought to you by the William Hill Nevada Mobile Sports Account, where you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first wager. Sign up today and you'll never miss another bet. Go to williamhill.us for more info.
Tonight at 7 o'clock at the Lee's Family Forum, the Henderson Silver Knights open up their Calder Cup playoff series against the Colorado Eagles. 7 o'clock in Utah, the Vegas Golden Knights play Game 6 against the Mammoth. And in Tacoma, the Aviators take on the Rainiers. First pitch, 7:05.
Sports gambling insider Sammy P joins Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
All right, let's bring in Sam Panayotovich from Fox Sports. Chicken Dinner Podcast. You heard it. It was so good, I had to repeat it. Let's start off with a little hockey because a couple weeks ago we were previewing the Stanley Cup playoffs, and one of the things Sammy said was Edmonton fade and fade hard. Turned out you were right.
Well, it's nice to be right sometimes. I'm wrong a lot in this racket, as you know. It's nice to get a couple. I can also tell you I'm reporting live from the loudest bar in Boston, right across the street from the Garden. Sabres Bruins in about 35 minutes. I think I'm going to take Buffalo, though. Don't tell anybody at the bar.
They might have just heard you.
No, I'm in the back. I'm in the back room right now. If you want me to walk through the bar, though, I can give you an idea of how loud it is. Maybe at the end of this spot.
Well, I'd like you to do that and then just scream that you're betting Buffalo. Go Sabres! I'm taking Buffalo.
I was texting with a couple guys who book bets in Vegas, and they both sort of said the same thing. I don't know how the Bruins even made the playoffs is sort of the sentiment, and I tend to agree. Look, I'm not a Bruins fan by any stretch. I just live here. The goalie's really good when he's on. We all know Jeremy Swayman. We know what he can do, but he's been so hit or miss. And guys, the Bruins have been really bad at home in the playoffs, like the last 5 years or so. So you give me a pick'em game with a better team. I know they're on the road, and I know not, Buffalo, as you know, Adam Hill, Buffalo can't have nice things.
Yeah.
I do think it's a good spot.
You mentioned fading Edmonton. They do lose in the playoffs early this year. What do you think happens in Connor McDavid's future? Because he signed a team-friendly deal essentially to say, hey, let's put together a team around me so that we can win a cup. He's got 1 year left on that before going to free agency. I don't think they want to lose him for nothing. Like, do they pull the trigger early and try to trade him?
Well, I think the good thing is I'm being pushed out of the back room back into the Lions' Den right now.
Boy.
I think the good thing about his deal is that you have the 1 year. You have the 1 year. But the early exit, here's like sort of a hot take. The early exit's not bad for McDavid because that guy, first of all, he was hurt this year. And after the 2 deep runs of the Stanley Cup final, you just sort of felt like that team was going to run out of gas. Some of us did, wink, wink. But now you give him basically the full offseason to recover. I doubt that they move him. I think they're going to take one more crack with him and see what they can do, in free agency or whatever. Maybe make a couple of shrewd trades. But I would not think that I got a stamp? Yeah, you got a stamp so I can go back in the bar. I would not think they're going to just let him go. I think they're going to take one more spin at the wheel.
It's got to be tempting. And I know Golden Knights fans are particularly tuned in saying, one more superstar potentially available? Let's go. They don't have the room out now, but they could probably make it happen. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of teams that are calling at least. But we will see what happens with his future. Golden Knights are playing tonight. You have any thoughts on them against Utah?
Utah sort of scares me. And it's so funny because doesn't Utah sort of remind you guys of the Knights? Like, this is basically like the same thing, right? Like a team that, nobody thought would be great in the early stages of the franchise, and then they make a huge run. Now, Utah has a long way to go, but very fitting that Utah is taking on Vegas. And I've bet Vegas a couple times in the series. I think I won one, lost one. Utah plays well. They got a bunch of guys that are just very gritty. They got some vets. They've been getting really good goals for the most part. I think Vegas wins the series, but I don't be surprised if they inch of 7.
Sam Panayotovich up on ESPN Live is heavy up. Best year's Kentucky Derby is a shot in the dark. You wrote a story for FoxSports.com. Who did you lean on? And obviously the premise of the story is this thing is pretty wide open.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you have potentially by race day, you could have 6 horses shy of 10-1. It's basically a dart throw. So, hey, let's gamble on it, right? I mean, it's pretty funny how that works. My favorite horse, as I wrote in the story, is Emerging Market. But you know me, Steve, like I'm not a big horse guy. I lean on other horse guys that know what they're doing. And the numbers that I keep getting are 8, 9, and 15. I also heard some 12, Chief Wallaby. But what I've noticed is that Pratt has been so good in the Derby. That's Flavien Pratt, the trainer of Emerging, or the jockey on Emerging Market. He's been on 8 mounts in the Derby, and he's got like 7 top 4 finishes, has a win, has a bunch of thirds. They're constantly hitting the board with these Pratt horses. So I played him win, play, show, and I was feeling really good about myself. And then I turned on the score in Chicago this morning, and Eddie Olczyk, dear friend, is like, I like Emerging Market. I'm like, hell yeah, Eddie, let's go. So when you hear that, it sort of, solidifies everything that you're saying. But I've heard good things about So Happy, and I've heard good things about, as I said, Chief Wallaby and the Puma. But there's a rumor that the Puma is going to take a big bet from a player whose last name rhymes with Belsey. That's a big rumor for tomorrow.
What's going on here, Adam? You're all over the Kelsey Swift stuff.
Well, I think you mean Bels. But yeah, his name Travis Kelce. Secretly, supposedly, Travis and Taylor are part owners of this horse.
All right.
So
some of the other questions in your Bears Bet podcast, you talked about Emerging Market, Puma. What about Renegade? Renegade has been the favorite. What's everyone thinking on Renegade?
So it's a great horse. Obviously, that's without being said. I mean, it's one of the favorites, and it probably goes off either the first or second favorite tomorrow. I just hate the rail, and maybe that's a lazy handicap, but I haven't seen a one horse since I was born win the Kentucky Derby. I believe 1986 was the last time a horse won on the one. So don't love that. And then the jockey, Irad Ortiz, is 0-9 in the Derby.
Yeah.
So when you give me those two facts, and then you tell me the horse is going to be 4 or 5 to 1, it's just, for me, it's an easy scratch off. Now, having said that, watch him win the Derby tomorrow. But I threw him right away because of the position right on the rail and the fact that the jockey hasn't broken through. Now, eventually, maybe he does get one, but I don't think it's in this race. I think he could definitely hit the board for sure. Maybe play him in some exotics, but I don't like him to win the Derby. Famous last words, though, as you know.
What are your experts saying on the Japanese horses? And also there's a UAE horse, 6-speed in this thing, Wonder Dean, anything on the international money. And it's been around, but the international horses coming through and winning one of these things.
Well, Denon Bourbon is going to get some money tomorrow. That's a very popular horse. I think you're going to see the 7 come in a little bit tomorrow in terms of like the price. I think the price is a little bit higher than it will be tomorrow. So that is the 7. I did play the 7 in some exotics as well. Supposedly like better than even Forever Young was. And Forever Young was a damn good horse. They like this one too, though, the Denon Bourbon horse, the 7. I have nothing on Wonder Dean. I didn't play him. I can tell you my old radio host in Chicago, whose name is Dean, he loves the guy. He loves the horse. There's a couple, like if you play the names this year, there's a Dan, there's a Dean. I think there's maybe one more where you could like finagle name roulette out there. But I do know some people who did play the 7 for sure, win, play, show.
Yeah, Alex White and one of our experts came on yesterday, Dick Girardi out of Philly, talked about Commandment as being a horse they're interested in just because it seems like the safest bet that it'll run a good race.
Okay, that's fine. I hope he doesn't because I don't have him. Yeah. It's so funny. Like there's 20 horses. Most people have no idea who's going to win. I mean, at the end of the day, it's an event. I think the betting advice is simple. Just bet what you're willing to lose. If you want to go to the table with $50, $100, understand that odds are good. You're probably going to lose because I've bet this race 20 years and I think I've made money in, I don't know, 5 of them, if we're being honest. And I talk to guys who are really good at it, but it's so hard to hit a horse race. The best in the business do it at like 28, 30%. It's very difficult. If you want to have fun, play some boxes, play some, some trifectas, some superfectas. Bet a little to win a lot. Don't get crazy. I wouldn't go crazy on the win pool either. I think if you're going to do it, you want to pick 4 or 5 horses. I don't have my list in front of me. You have the story up. I think I did 7, 8, 9, 12, and 15. Check me if I'm wrong. 7, 8, 9, 12, and 15. And I played an exacta box with those 5. So as long as I get the horse that finishes first and second out of those 5, that could be a nice ticket. And if you get one of the longer shots to hit the board on top or in second, that really explodes those exotics.
It's not often in late April or early May you get blockbuster news in college football, but this is pretty big news with Texas Tech and Brendan Sorsby. First of all, give me your take on this angle, because now this has happened multiple times where, a kid was jerking around, possibly. I don't know if he bet on Cincinnati. We know that they have proof that he bet on Indiana football while he was there. He just got $5 million in an agreement to go transfer to Texas Tech. I mean, this really does turn Texas Tech on its ear, but just your opinion of what's going on with college kids where, I don't know, they think they're going to sneak it past the authorities. Why are they doing this?
I don't understand. And, he's losing out on, ironically enough, he's losing out on so much money.
Yep.
I mean, it's just
betting.
It's
by
crazy.
the way, betting 50 cents in a dollar on Reds pitches. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, I think it's an even better question. I did the Dan Patrick Gamble show yesterday, and Dan was saying, what's worse, when you bet a big amount or when you have a lot of bets? I think it's a very good question. Dan's not a gambler by any means, but when you saw that he made, was it like 2,000 bets in a year or something like that? Like, that's a whole lot of bets, man. Like, I think that's more telling in the fact that he just wanted action. To make 2,000 bets in that window of time is, or maybe it was even more than 2,000. I don't have the exact number, but we're talking thousands of bets. That just says action junkie is what it says. Like, he just needs something on the air or something in the air for these games. I don't think he plays in college again. The NFL will give him a pass eventually, but he might have to deal with some repercussions of that because Roger Goodell is a guy like that will, make you serve a punishment. But from a betting standpoint, like, you've seen a lot of these prices come in on the other teams. Utah got bet. BYU got bet. Once the news came out, and Texas Tech to me is still the best team in the conference. That's not even a hot take. They're they're still going to be, favored and probably close to even money without Sorsby if he doesn't go. But Steve, I don't, and you can ask Alex White this question, I don't think the drop-off is that big between Sorsby and Holland, the backup. He should be back from knee surgery in probably October. They're still going to win the Big 12, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the question is what happens with Hammond, and then they have a transfer from Tulsa who's got some playing experience. Is the program just so loaded? Is the system in place where they're going to be awesome like they were a year ago? And odds here, if you looked when Sorsby was going to be part of it, Texas Tech was minus 175, pretty big favorite to win the Big 12. They've only dropped to minus 115, so it's still longer shots on Utah, BYU, K-State. I know Bear, he said he had bet K-State and got him like 20-1 to win the Big 12.
Bear tends to get good numbers. That's what he does. Also, thank you for the correction on Hammond over Holland. Going a million miles an hour here, trying to see if my friends are leaving the bar or not.
You're at a bar before a hockey game in Boston, and we're talking Texas Tech backup quarterback and on May 1st. Come on.
I spun on a dime there. I threw that Holland out there like a Hail Mary, and then I was like, oh, wait, that's not his name, but you caught it. Thank you for catching it. Right. They have spent so much money, man, in NIL. Yeah. It's insane. I mean, they're up there. They're one of the most expensive rosters in the country. I don't have those numbers in front, but I mean, if you told their 4 teams in one, then Texas would be done. It's just all that oil money. The boosters, they are desperate for a championship down there. And like Patrick Mahomes has been around campus, and there's a lot of things to like there. It's a growing program. People really like the coach. Now, if I remember correctly, they didn't score a point last year in the college football playoff, something like that. So they're going to need quarterback play for sure. But that's a very top-heavy conference. I would not be playing against Texas Tech. I understand it, but that's not me, not this year.
Okay, we're going to close on this because I know you got to run. We got a grid of Cofield and Company cast member foods this week. There is a lobster roll. There's a big chicken sandwich. There is a cinnamon toast crunch, vanilla cone, and then one of your entries is some pizzas. Who made those pizzas?
That's my buddy Scal, who looks like Brian Scalabrine, and he Detroit-style pan pizzas in his oven at home. He cranks them to like 500 degrees for 12, 13 minutes. He did a chicken bacon pesto and then a hot honey pepperoni.
Wow.
Steve, insane. And then he always makes too much, so he sends you home with pizza. I had 3 slices like the night, and then the next day I had 3 more. Like it's very bad for me to be around pizza for 48 hours. It's a bad idea. It was so good. I'm not a big Detroit style guy, but he knocks them out of the park.
Nice job, buddy. Get over to the game if that's what you're doing. Get through that crowd. You gonna walk through the crowd so we can hear the noise?
Yeah, I can try. Did you hear the lady? Like I was trying to get a stamp on the way out. She looked at me like I had 8 heads. I will walk in. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to just walk in the bar. You guys have a good one.
All right. Hopefully people aren't cussing in the background. This is a Boston bar before the Sabres and the Bruins. Doesn't sound that bad. It's not too bad. Whoa. All right. Over there. Yeah, it's we got to be careful. I don't know. As soon as you walk out, someone's gonna cuss. So there he is, Sam Panayotovich. The grid that we put up on Twitter at ESPN Las Vegas, it was a cinnamon toast lunch covered silicone teats, the lobster roll. Someone else on the show had the lobster roll today. It was not me.
Okay.
And I think Ari checked in. I will guarantee you Ari would not eat that chicken sandwich if I told him where it was from.
Oh.
Because I think he's a snoot. But Ari over on Raider Nation Radio, 920, and formerly a Cofield and Company, said, I'm all in on the fried chicken sandwich.
I'm a CTC guy, so that'd be an easy choice, even though the pizza looks great.
Lobster roll?
No, CTC, cinnamon toast crunch.
No, I'm saying, what about the lobster roll?
Sure.
Well, you can get the CTC locally. It is a chain joint that is has rolled that out.
Well, there was discussion last night. They just released a cinnamon toast crunch root beer float flavor.
Oh,
the reviews are terrible.
Really?
But it sounds intriguing to me.
I mean, it's a good start. And I will tell you, the chicken sandwich is something I had. I still have the other half of the chicken sandwich, but there's some dire situations at home I may have to explain later.
Plumbers, HVAC techs, contractors, and DIYers. McFadden-Dale Industrial Hardware has the tools, parts, and supplies to power your next project. Open early and stocked with everything you need. Stop by South Decatur near Russell. McFadden-Dale Industrial Hardware. Fast, easy, and built for the pros.
Modelo is an official cerveza of the Las Vegas Raiders and the JT the Brick Show. Modelo Especial is a rich, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste, brewed with fighting spirit since 1925.
William Hill Sportsbook is your home for betting. Bet the Derby with William Hill. On Derby Saturday, while supplies last at select participating William Hill, Nevada locations, you will receive a free souvenir mint julep glass with a $20 Derby bet. For more details and to find the nearest participating William Hill Race and Sportsbook, go to williamhill.us. That's williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Making money isn't all that hard, but keeping it is tough. It's why I like having a One Nevada One checking rewards account. All I had to do was set up direct deposit with my job, and boom, I get paid 2 days early, just in time for the weekend. And when I do have to spend, I just make sure it's with my One Nevada debit card, and I get cash back. So get your money sooner and keep more of it with a One Nevada One checking rewards account.
Visit onenevada.org to learn more and open a One Checking Rewards account.
Our one focus is you.
Federally insured by NCUA.
Miss a show? Check out lvsportsnetwork.com for everything ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM, KWWN Las Vegas. It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
All right, here we go. 4 o'clock hour. You can watch us live right now on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. I was just explaining why that chicken sandwich I posted earlier is in jeopardy. I had to quickly move it from one fridge to the other. You ever have the fridge go down inside?
No, but there was a.
It's not good.
Well, yes and no. I mean, it didn't just go down. There's other circumstances, but yes, a fridge turned off. And wasn't a great situation.
I live with someone who doesn't really calculate, estimate is not the right word, but keep track of what she buys in terms of frozen food. And she just buys more and more and more of it. And man, I emptied out the freezer inside. I'm like, what is all of this? I've told her a few times, I'm like, I'll do 2 weeks and I'll eat all frozen food. I don't care, but we got to clear this out. But today, when I had to move it all from inside to outside, I was like, wow, there's a lot of frozen food. Because you know me, I'm cheap. I'm not losing any of it.
No, of course not.
It's not going to happen.
Why would you?
All right, Big Four time.
Battleborn Injury Lawyers presents The Big Four at 4. Number 4.
Yeah, I was saving one of the 7 packages of cauliflower gnocchi. That's how cheap I am. And I'm thinking those are about $5 a piece. I don't care. So when I saw Adam talking or wanted to hit on World Cup ticket prices, this is ridiculous. Who's doing this?
I don't know.
Who's buying these tickets?
Well, it was also personal because I actually had been looking at tickets recently, and so it struck me. Tickets still available. There's a big story. The U.S. game against Paraguay in L.A. is not sold out.
Oh, I wonder why.
And I was like, oh, you know what? I really want to go to a game. I've been looking at a bunch of markets, a bunch of locations. All right. Now, this is not secondary market. This is the actual face value. $4,000.
Are you on the bench?
No, you don't get to play.
Where are these seats?
I mean, they're decent.
Decent?
Yeah, they're decent. But I don't
that's
think
crazy.
I don't think that's going to be happening. And it struck me just because. And there are some venues where you can get tickets still around $400 for some nosebleed seats that are games that nobody would. All the games matter, of course, but it's not like some the lesser of the games,
right?
That you want to go to. You might get in for $400, something like that. It struck me because I was recently looking. I want to go to a Mexico game in Mexico. I think that would be like a dream, and I thought, you know what, Azteca probably not going to happen. Those tickets are going to be wild. So let me look in Guadalajara. They're playing South Korea.
Okay.
That might not be bad. Now they're sold out, so you got to go secondary market. But the last row in the entire stadium nosebleed seat, 2,700.
Stop.
No, I just looked now as we were starting here at the top of the hour. They have fallen 2,301 right now. It's a little tempting.
So what in the end, what happens? You just go to ticket brokers and you just try to get as much as you can?
I guess.
I don't understand how there's a market for this.
People are going to pay it, I think.
Really?
I mean, it's a, you say once in a lifetime. It's not quite because 30 years, but it's like your one opportunity really to go do it. So do you want to go or not? I mean, I think the answer is no for most people.
Yeah.
Tempting though.
It's not tempting. You're not spending that much money on tickets.
It's tempting.
Number 3.
So I'm looking at a meme that has.
Also, by the way, it was because Guadalajara, there's some security issues in Guadalajara.
You
So I
think?
thought maybe people wouldn't be traveling.
Sure.
No.
They don't care.
It's not really affecting anything.
I'm looking at a meme with Shemaev and Strickland. That's the fight next week for UFC. And in front of them is a very angry looking Dana White. And the bottom just simply says, disaster. I don't know what to believe with UFC coverage anymore because I feel like there's a very vocal crowd out there that is going after the UFC for a lot of reasons. But the reports are, according to this very well-known Twitter handle, Fight Basics with a Z at the end.
Okay. Not two Z's like Willie Ramirez?
No. That UFC is struggling to sell out UFC 328, which is a very good card next week in Newark. I did look up the secondary market ticket prices. I mean, they're like you were just saying, they're not World Cup, but upstairs the cheapest was about $325. Downstairs the cheapest was like $519. Is there something going on with UFC ticket sales, or is this vocal group that has now popped up that seems to really be out to not bash but really get after UFC?
I think it's. I mean, it's tough to say. I mean, they're obviously very successful. They're making the most money they've ever made. Financially, they're doing fine. But there is, a lot of, there's been some national things lately. I know, Luke Thomas has done a lot of stuff recently about the politics of UFC and what's been involved. I know
that was on what, Pablo Torre and Le Batard?
And Le Batard, yeah. And then he actually just did The Bulwark yesterday, which is one of the top political podcasts in the world. Was really good on there too. I mean, he's fantastic. So
okay, let's cut to the chase though. Do you really believe that some of the negativity from longtime MMA writers or maybe some guys like Le Batard or Torre getting involved, that's really affecting ticket sales for UFC?
No, I think the fact that the cards aren't as good is something because
This card's great.
Really care. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, I don't like Strickland. I think he's going to get smoked, and he's minus. He's a whatever he is, plus 400 underdog.
Yeah.
The cards aren't as good.
No, they're not. I mean, by nature, they're not as good because they don't need to be. They're on pay-per-views. They don't care if people buy them. I mean, they care on some level if people watch, but who cares if they buy it? It's not on pay-per-view anymore. So,
But don't they still make a lot of money off the live gate? Don't they have to put good fights together if they're going to roll out cards where the starting ticket price is $300 and
I think in the end it'll be fine.
$700 to sit downstairs, up to $4,000 cage side?
Sure, they'll have people that end up going. And right now their focus is all on one date anyway, and it's not this one. It's June 14th. So, it'll be fine. I think there's going to be enough people going. I don't think it's going to be empty. I think there's plenty of people that are there. But in the end, they don't care about, attracting it in that way. And, there could be potentially some people turned off a little bit by, there has been threats of violence on both sides of this, of not in the cage. Like, they've both basically said they will shoot the other one. Like,
who's that, Strickland and Shemaev?
Strickland and Shemaev and their teams. And, it's getting really nasty and ugly. Like, I think that probably some people are, enticed by that, but I think other people are like, this is a little over the top. I know Ariel Helwani did a whole thing. He said, this is the third time he thinks in UFC history that it's crossed the line that they probably shouldn't even let them fight.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not, it has been very ugly, and it could be very ugly that night. And there's some people that are going to like that. Some people might not.
Big event this weekend going down, Kentucky Derby. Of course, the Oaks this afternoon. Derby Day is tomorrow, Golden Circle Sports Bar. We're normally on Fridays at Treasure Island, but we got the hockey crew from Fox Sports Las Vegas is down at Golden Circle today, but they're going to be giving away a limited edition Kentucky Derby glass. to anyone who makes a $50 bet minimum on the race. Kentucky Derby going down tomorrow. Place to check it out, Treasure Island Golden Circle Sports Bar.
Number 2.
I'm kind of shocked the Nuggets are out. I really thought they would win last night. I kind of laughed at the fact that the notion even existed they would lose the game. I figured it's going to a game 7. The Wolves are depleted, but the Wolves have a pretty deep team, and they won it. And now we get another year of, is he sad or non-caring Jokic?
He was sad yesterday.
Yeah.
In the past, you've seen uncaring Jokic. He seemed really sad. Said he wants to be around forever, but there are questions. I think it's this summer he's extension eligible. So do they go 4 years, almost $300 million on Jokic and fully commit to him and build around him? Do they make massive changes? I know one of the things he said last night, he said, back home, everybody would just be fired right now.
Ooh.
So, and I think that includes him. I don't think he's blaming on everybody else. So if we were in Serbia, we would all get fired. That's what he said. So, I think that there's decisions we made for sure, and he feels that way. But it wasn't good enough, and they lost to a team that had 3 of their top 6 players not playing. It's not good.
I think we're going to look back, and this is going to be one of those years where we say, hey, how do they not win more titles? They've missed some opportunities here. Top story.
Number 1.
Well, maybe in 3 years, we'll be watching NBA in the same conference with a Las Vegas team against Denver. But there's something developing with this whole expansion idea around the NBA. In Seattle, they're waiting on more deets, like who might be the owner. So are we. I think they would play at the renovated Key Arena. But now there's a thought that maybe Seattle won't be part of the expansion. I hadn't really thought of this one, but John Canzano, who's a longtime columnist and radio host in Oregon, was on the Seattle station KJR and started talking about the Blazers issues and that the NBA actually could look at the Blazers as an option to go to Seattle instead of giving them an expansion team.
Would the NBA owners nix or hold off expansion plans if they legitimately thought that Dundon would either flip the Blazers to a Seattle owner or try to move the team here?
Yes. And I ultimately Adam Silver works for those owners. Those owners want as much money as possible. It's his job to make them money. Scenarios here. One, is it in the league's best interest and the owner's best interest to slow play expansion if it helps Dundon get a new arena in Portland? Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. They will slow play that. That's why they'll say, hey, we're not ready to vote on expansion. They'll wait and see what the Portland City Council is going to do. Will they build him a new arena? Will they just renovate the arena? They're going to do everything they can to help Dundon because the owners do that for each other.
So wait, we're slated to get a team in 2028, about 99% sure. Now, because there's some jabroni, cheap ass, or at least he's acting cheap. Maybe he's doing this intentionally, playing games to get the Seattle market and get the hell out of Portland, and we might get screwed or pushed back. I don't like the sound of this. Give us part 2.
Pulling from the Clay Bennett playbook right now in the way that he's acting and the way that he's talking. And it's scaring people in Portland because we've seen it go down in Seattle, right? Same way. I had an NBA executive, longtime executive, who said Seattle expansion isn't done. It's not a no-brainer. It's probably going to happen. Probably going to be Vegas for sure and probably Seattle. But he said, I could see the NBA trying to put Portland in Seattle, move the Blazers to Seattle, and then, fanning the flames for a larger payday from someone like Vancouver, BC, or Nashville or Kansas City.
Nashville or Kansas City. I don't think Kansas City wants an NBA team, but they may, be in the mix because they've got all this public money apparently to build football stadiums and or a football stadium and a baseball stadium and possibly renovate the whatever it's called now, T-Mobile Arena. Sprint. What is it? We have the arena, right?
Yeah.
Center. But that building's actually old, so they need to put some money into that. That was John Canzano, who works in Oregon, works in Portland. Did you hear someone laughing in the background?
Yeah.
So that was your guy, Softy.
Okay.
And when I was listening, I'm like, is Softy even listening? He's saying that you might not get an expansion team and you might get the Blazers with this owner.
Right.
Is that a laughing matter?
Wouldn't be for me.
I would be irate. Wait, I get a fresh team with probably a legit billionaire who cares
about winning and the team, or I can get the Portland owner? No.
Who won't let his team check out of the hotel late because he don't want to pay checkout fees. And they're going to let Splitter go after a nice season because he won't accept being the lowest paid coach in the league, which the mandate from the owner is we want the lowest paid coach, not the best coach. We want the lowest paid coach.
This is a potential disaster. We'll build on it, but it definitely affects us if the NBA is going to slow play this now.
If it's for the truck, give us a call. We've got it.
For the Truck is your premier truck shop. Our suspension experts will take your ride to the next level.
Steps, wheels, bumpers, suspensions, tires, covers, accessories, liners, lifts installed. For the Truck has it all.
Specializing in precision suspension tuning for sports cars, SUVs, and of course, trucks. From high-end alignments to full suspension upgrades, we have everything you need.
If it's for the truck, give us a call. We've got it on 702-840-4400.
The Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island Hotel and Casino is the best place to watch games on the Strip. There's a huge video wall and over 55-plus screens throughout the bar. Place your sports bets at the new STN Sportsbook. The menu with the Golden Circle Burger, the Linebacker Bison Burger, Philly Cheesesteak, the Polish Sausage, and so much more is dynamite. The Golden Circle Sports Bar's happy hour is amazing with $5 draft beers every day from 10 a to 6 p. Treasure Island, the Vegas destination for those seeking a contemporary resort experience with an ideal location on the Las Vegas Strip. And remember, parking is always free.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner & Rowe today. 877-1500.
Call 877-1500. 877-1500.
Randy Westbrook, managing attorney.
Making money isn't all that hard, but keeping it is tough. It's why I like having a One Nevada One checking rewards account. All I had to do was set up direct deposit with my job, and boom, I get paid 2 days early, just in time for the weekend. And when I do have to spend, I just make sure it's with my One Nevada debit card, and I get cash back. So get your money sooner and keep more of it with a One Nevada One checking rewards account.
Visit onenevada.org to learn more and open a One checking rewards account.
Our one focus is you.
Federally insured by NCUA.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ever wondered what it's like to be behind the scenes in radio? Well, here's your chance to find out. Lotus Broadcasting is hiring a part-time promotions assistant to join our street team. You'll be right in the middle of the action, setting up live broadcasts, working station events, interacting with listeners, running contests, and supporting on-air talent. You'll also help with equipment setup, drive station vehicles to events, and make sure every promotion runs smoothly. We're looking for team players with a valid driver's license, strong communication skills, and the ability to work nights, weekends, and holidays. Must be able to lift up to 50 pounds and stay on your feet during events. Experience in radio or events is a plus, but not required. Bring the energy. We'll teach you the rest. Ready to get your foot in the door in broadcasting? Apply today at hanklv.com/apply-here. That's hanklv.com/apply-here. Lotus Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer and will not tolerate discrimination in employment on the basis of race, color, age, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, religion, disability, ethnicity, national origin, marital status, protected veteran status, genetic information, or any other legally protected classification or status.
If you need to sell your house,
talk to Aaron Taylor.
You want to sell it fast and get the most cash, talk to Aaron Taylor,
the real estate guy.
Hey everybody, it's Aaron Taylor, your real estate guy. If you're hearing this right now, guess what? So are all the buyers.
That's right, Dad. While you're listening, thousands of potential buyers are too.
And that's exactly why we spend more on marketing and advertising than any other real estate agent in Nevada. Over 30 years of experience, 8,000 families helped, and hundreds of 5-star reviews.
We don't just list your home, we'll get it sold too.
Going through one of life's changes? Death, divorce, or diapers? Whatever it is, we've seen it, and we know how to help.
We give cash advances for anything or buy your home in 24 hours if needed.
No stress, just solutions, Jacob.
So if you're even thinking about selling, call the team buyers and sellers already trust.
702-310-6683.
eXp Realty license number 38886. Call for details.
Talk to Aaron Taylor,
The real estate guy.
Don't miss the William Hill Radio Show, hosted by Paul Howard. Now live every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. at the William Hill Sportsbook inside Palms Casino Resort. He'll break down all the latest betting action, including the odds, matchups, and who bettors are backing the most. After the William Hill Radio Show, make the William Hill Sportsbook at Palms Casino Resort your home for betting with live, continuous in-game wagering. Don't miss the William Hill Radio Show every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
One moment can turn life upside down. Your comeback starts with the right team by your side. At DeCastro Verde Law, we've spent decades helping injured Nevadans take back their lives. We never back down. We never give up. We're the DeCastro Verde Brothers, and we have your back. Together, we win.
BrothersWin.com.
At DeCastro Verde Law, the brothers have your back. BrothersWin.com.
Modelo is an official cerveza of the Las Vegas Raiders and the JT the Brick Show. Modelo Especial is a rich, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste, brewed with fighting spirit since 1925. What did they just say?
You don't have to yell at us. Nobody is on the other side of this issue.
Hit us up on the Bay Law text line, 702-364-1100. Bay Law Injury Attorneys. Winning is not an accident. Former NFL cornerback and next-level chef contestant Mark McMillan joins Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
Every day, the 4 to 5 hour in Reno and Vegas is brought to you by Battleborn Injury Lawyer. 766-1400 is the number. Call from anywhere in the state of Nevada. In the north, though, dial 775-766-1400. Office in Reno, 4 offices here in southern Nevada. And you can call Justin and Matt and the fine folks at Battleborn just about any time. Justin was telling a story the other day about he looked up at his phone at 5:30 in the morning and someone was calling, and it actually turned out to be someone who needed help. They were like, "What? Justin? Huh?" Yeah, he picks up.
Yeah, there you go.
You get him. You're not going to go through a filter of 40 people. Another man of the people is Mark McMillan. He's on the road. He's a GM in the International Arena Football League, and well, it's a grind, buddy. It's a grind. What's going on in Arizona before we get to the football talk? What's going on, man?
Oh, man, I'm just surveying the land out here, man, just enjoying my birthday, had a chance to hang out with my grandkids, had some cupcakes. Now I'm 56, so they couldn't find 56 candles to put on the cupcake, so we just didn't even do any candles on the cupcake. But, man, I'm excited. Obviously, people know we're 0-1. I lost my first game as a GM. I am pissed, Steve.
Well, I'm going to maybe cheer you up with some yucks here before we get to the Rockers. You are 56, so you're a little bit younger than me. I went in for a haircut yesterday, and I took my glasses off, and I looked at the board, and I was like, wait. I was like, is that a discount haircut for over 55? And I put my glass back on. I'm like, 65. Have you actually processed? We can get discounts. You know that, right? We're old enough. We're at 55. There are discounts. Do you look, and will you take advantage of it?
Oh, absolutely. Right. Absolutely. I'm looking to go to Denny's. I'm looking to go to these buffets. I'm trying to get the AARP card. I'm trying to get it all, man. I want the sunrise breakfast, a 2-for-1 deal. Give it to me all, man. I want all the deals, man. If I'm, obviously 55, I was like, man, I don't want to go in there and take the breakfast special.
Nah, too bad.
And I'm looking at Grandpa over there with the walker. I'm like, man, I'm still fine. But right now, me and Grandpa, we're the same boat, man. We senior citizens, baby.
Might need that money down the road. And by the way, I think AARP is actually at 50 because I've had the card for a long time, and every once in a while I'll get a deal. So start looking for deals, man. We got to start trading text during the week, and when we find some food specials at different places, some different gaming specials, stuff like that for us seniors. Okay, well you still have the fire in the belly. So let's talk about Rockers game number 1 against the Pennsylvania Benjamins. So what happened in the game?
Yes. We had a lot of turnovers, Steve. We had too many opportunities to have interceptions. We didn't take advantage of that. We blew a lot of coverages. Our quarterback, Arbel, he played really well. So we had an opportunity to win. As terrible as we played, we only lost by 6 points. Tyjon Lindsey, everybody know him from Bishop Gorman, 5-star recruit, went on to Nebraska. I think he had like 4 touchdowns. So he did his part. But as a defensive unit, we didn't do a good job. And Coach Hollywood, man, he does not play. He cut about 10 players from the team from last week. So we got a whole new different roster coming in on the defensive side of the ball, mainly because we just didn't show that grit, that grind, that tenacity that we were looking for with the guys that we were depending on. So we'll be lined up with some new guys come tomorrow night here in Tempe, Arizona.
When the GM finds out that the coach cut 10 guys, that's a lot of work. That's on your plate. Does he check with you first?
Yeah. I had to make some calls too, man. It was tough, man. And these are kids that I recruited. And I'm like, man, you didn't show me that dog mentality that we were looking for. And I'm sorry, but I got to let you go, man. But I will be back in Arizona, and you're still invited to the barbecues, but this is just not going to work out for you. But the kids understood. They knew they didn't do their best. They watched the film. We were missing tackles. It was almost like flag football out there on the defensive side of the ball. There was one that really wanted to lay somebody out and throw them the ball. So we'll be lined up with a whole new secondary. We got some new D linemen that's going to get after the pass rusher. But being a GM, man, it was tough. And you see these guys come to the office and turn in their uniforms, and you just got to shake their hand and say, hey, man, I wish you nothing but the best.
I was surprised you were allowed to have a cupcake for your birthday. You're 0-1. Cupcakes are for winners.
I only have one cupcake. The granddaughters ate the rest of them, and I didn't. You're right, Adam. I didn't deserve a dang on cupcake, man. We lose the first home game on our home turf. They fly in from Pennsylvania and put it on us. And the thing about this league, if you win, every player gets $1,000.
Oh.
Well, every player gets $1,000 off the top. But if you win, you get an extra $1,000. So Pennsylvania, they walked out of here with $2,000, and we were sent home with just $1,000. Then Pennsylvania went on to win last week too. So those guys made $4,000 in 2 weeks. Not a bad payday.
Hopefully they left some of it at the tables here to help our economy.
We get them back
on the way out of town. Mark, there is a bunch of mini camps and rookie camps are starting this week in the NFL.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of guys that are about to get let go and not given an opportunity and have their NFL dreams end this week. Are you have the radar up? Are you ready to watch for some of these guys to get cut?
You know what? I don't like this part of the game, especially the NFL. I know the Raiders are teeing it up, and I'll be back in town next week, so I'll be at some of the practices and just looking at some of the rosters. I'm not familiar with some of the guys that they signed as undrafted free agents, but obviously I know some of the guys that they do have on the roster, and it's a tough business, and I don't think those guys that's undrafted free agents get enough opportunity to really shine in a couple of days to be like, okay, we're going to invite you back to, the rookie, back for the regular mini camp. So, just as well as I do, man, there's some guys out there that we look at each other like, man, this kid's pretty good. And then the next time we tee it up, like, hey, what happened to that kid? So I don't get too caught up with the undrafted free agents.
Las Vegas Rockers GM Mark McMillan is with us. The games are at the Orleans. You go to LasVegasRockers.com to get your tickets. Next home game's coming up at the end of this month, May 31st. So you're at Arizona. I've been in that arena. You're playing at Mullet Arena there. Is that ASU's hockey arena?
Yeah, it's supposed to, I think it's like 5,000 people seating in it, which is like a great atmosphere. They probably have the best arena in arena football because just of the atmosphere, the locker rooms are plush. The concession stands are brand new, which is crazy. They ship them out overnight to Utah, and now it's like Utah's in the playoffs, with a lot of the same players from the Coyotes, which is crazy. But, yeah, it's going to be a nice vibe in there. I'm excited. All my NFL alumni buddies that I know, from living here, they're excited as well, talking trash. And I cannot lose here and then come back here after the season and poke my chest out. So we got to get this dub tomorrow night.
A little pressure. All right, let's talk about what the rookie experience is like in this mini camp, and especially for the UDFAs, the guys who weren't drafted. What advice would you give them? They only get a look for a couple of days here. There's the undrafted free agents, and there's also invitees to this weekend. What would you tell them?
I would say go 100% every play. If someone tells you to slow down or chill out, do not listen. I was one of those guys. I came in and I was knocking everything down. I was, Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams and Randall Cunningham, and I was trying to pick off every ball, and everybody's like, chill. I'm like, I can't chill. You guys are going to be here. I'm trying to get a spot. And obviously you can't be real physical with these guys in training camp with the new rules, but I will bear the difference. I will bend those rules just to get the coach's eye, to be physical, be aggressive, be very attentive. I wouldn't leave the building. They would have to kick me out of the locker room. I would sleep there and make sure that I get every opportunity, no stones unturned. When Max Crosby was early,
who spent 9-10 years in and is up with us. He is a chef. He is a GM. He's helping us break down the NFL as we go into the offseason here, but really the NFL never stops. Let's go back a couple weeks and get your review of the NFL draft. Did you think there was a team out there that really did well?
I hate to say it, but I think the Cowboys really did well in that draft. Caleb Downs, obviously they got the pass rusher as well from I think it was a UCF or whatever. But Caleb Downs is the best player in college football this year as far as the defensive side of the ball, especially the way they play the game now. He's that hybrid kind of guy, like a McDuffie who just got paid big time for the Rams. Obviously the Eagles did well. I don't know how he does it, but every time on draft day, man, he just pulls a rabbit out of the hat. And the Cowboys actually helped us out as well, to help us get, Mekhi Lemon out of the USC. So, Jerry Jones threw us a little nugget right there. And, so we'll take that. But I think the Cowboys really hit it good. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a really good draft. Shout out to, Jeremiah Trotter, whose son got drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So he has two kids that's playing in the National Football League, one for the Eagles and one for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That is pretty cool. But like I said, I think the Eagles did well, the Cowboys did well, and the Raiders. They filled some holes in the offseason and they patched up a couple more in the draft, getting some secondary help. I think that's going to help out as well because we're in the passing league. So I think that's going to be really good for the Raiders moving forward. So I'm optimistic, but I feel better with what the Raiders did this offseason and with the draft than I did the last couple of years.
Mark, what else were you doing this week? I saw you had a picture up at Mark McMillan 29 of you were talking about Fred Barnett and Chicks Philly. Yeah. What was going on there?
Oh, man, we went back to Philadelphia. We played in a golf tournament to benefit kids with autism. I'm big on, charity work. So Fred Barnett was there. Byron Evans was there. Willie T was there. And we didn't even know the Flyers were playing a home game that night. And we went to Chickies and Pete's, which is right across the street from the Flyers, and we were like, why is it so packed in here? And those fans were going nuts. There is nothing like Philadelphia sports, man. So it was exciting, and obviously getting to hang with some of my old teammates. And shout out to Pete over there at Chickens and Pete's. They have one at the Sahara too, down there in Vegas. But it was a great atmosphere. And right now you got the Flyers doing good. You had the Phillies win a doubleheader yesterday, and the Sixers winning, pushing it to the Game 7. So Philadelphia right now is rocking.
Mark, we appreciate it. Good luck in the game tomorrow. We'll talk to you next week and get another update, okay?
All right. Appreciate you, fellas. I'll see you guys next week out there, Adam.
Yes, sir.
There he is, Mark McMillan. On the way back, we got some bad news from the business world. Man, I would just love to jump on a flight, go to San Diego, go to Phoenix, real cheap flight. But one of our great options is gone now. Very sad.
I'm Xenophon Peters, founding partner at Panda Law.
And I'm Judah Zakalik, the other founding partner. Here at Panda, we're proud to be voted Nevada's best debt relief law firm.
You probably know that Panda Law has helped countless clients get out of debt without bankruptcy.
But did you know that some of our most dramatic, life-changing results come when clients have more than $50,000 in debt?
If you're ready to explore your options and free yourself from overwhelming debt, call Panda Law today.
Call Panda Law, 702-818-3888.
Aviators fans, the St. Paul Saints, affiliate of the Minnesota Twins, are marching into the Las Vegas ballpark to take on your Aviators. Here's the lineup. Tuesday, May 5th, the Aviators are Reyes de Plata. Wednesday the 6th, it's Bark on the Berm. Thursday the 7th, $2 beer night and Ohana night. Friday the 8th, catch the huge post-game fireworks show. Saturday the 9th, it's the Aviators concert t-shirt giveaway. And Sunday the 10th, kids can run the bases. There's free parking and great food. Aviators baseball. Life's just better at Las Vegas Ballpark.
Spring into cash for betting sports on the William Hill mobile app. With the William Hill Cash Rewards program, you can earn up to $500 in cash. Earn Spring Rewards points for mobile wagers made until May 31st. Win or lose, you can earn even more Spring Rewards points for teasers, parlays, and same-game parlays. Sign up for the William Hill mobile app today and opt in to enroll in Spring Rewards. To see participating locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Modelo is an official cerveza of the Las Vegas Raiders and the JT the Brick Show. Modelo Especial is a rich, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste, brewed with fighting spirit since 1925.
Gambler's bonus hits again. On March 14th, Michelle hit 4 aces, clearing her Gambler's bonus 4-of-a-kind bingo card for over $10,000. Michelle hit big and so can you with Gambler's bonus. It's why you play the game.
Since 2014, Paul Petta has proudly called Las Vegas and the surrounding area home. Over the years, Paul Petta has financially supported community organizations such as
The LVMP Foundation,
Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada,
Hope for the City,
Cheyenne High School, Babies Bounty,
The Secret Santa Project,
and many more.
Hi, this is Paul Petta from Paul Petta Law, where compassion and strong local legal representation come together. Remember, it's not about the injury, it's about the recovery. To learn more, go to paulpattalaw.com.
You know, this could be one of those summers where, thank the Lord, we live in Vegas and a cool place to hang out. Yeah, it's hot as Hades, but I don't know. For me, I'm used to it. So I wanted to do a bunch of traveling this summer. Is it even possible now? Because we're losing airlines, and then obviously with Trump's war and all the oil and gas stuff, prices are through the freaking roof. They're cutting flights. I tried to price a trip to Philly about 2 months from now, and I was like, oh, cool. Round trip with stops is only $850. Like, okay. This is lunacy. Now, I think you can find some flights here and there for a little bit cheaper, but it's going to be murder, and it doesn't help that our boys at Spirit went under.
Oh, no, not yet.
Is it done? Come on, dude.
You got a few hours left.
Come on now. I thought DJT was talking about a bailout. If we're going to bail anyone out, bail out the place with the big front seat.
They were. Sounds like at this point.
Come on.
They will cease operations at 3 a.m. tonight.
It's such a good regional airline for us.
It's not regional, it's national. But
I'm just saying for our region, the flights are so cheap.
It was about 8 months ago. They cut a lot of the flights out of Vegas.
Almighty.
There's been much fewer flights out of Vegas.
They cut it to San Diego,
which
that
is
was a bummer.
Also, why I switched this year. You know, I used to be a Spirit guy, and part of the reason was that I would, you'd get points throughout the football season, and then you go to San Diego 6 or 7 times during the off season, super cheap, and use points. And but when they cut a bunch of flights, didn't really make sense anymore. So I'm now a loyal member for another airline that also signaled the other day that they may need help because of the gas prices. So
this is a disaster.
It sounds like a lot of the airlines are going to be in trouble the next couple weeks to months if things don't change.
Well, frankly, whether they're in trouble or not, they're going to ask for help because that's what they do.
Yeah, but Spirit is. I mean, Spirit's been in trouble for a long time, but gas is ultimately what is putting them out of business.
God! At one time I took advantage of that, whatever that new setup was with the middle seat.
Yeah,
where it was just they blocked it out. It was just this like giant table. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
I'm spread out. I got my leg up. I got a regular computer, a laptop. I'm like, I'm doing this all the time. Then the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah,
can never win.
But they had obviously done a lot of reconfiguring of price models and everything else, and they kind of figured that they would be able to stay afloat for much longer. And then all of a sudden the gas doubled. They said, well, kind of changes our projections a little bit. In terms of the bailout, it was questionable whether it could just be done unilaterally anyway without any kind of congressional approval or anything else. But in the end, what it sounds like is there was going to be a lot of demands put on the money that they gave to Spirit to bail them out, which is fine if you're bailing them out, like there should be.
Probably should be.
But it was going to make it so that it's probably more beneficial for the creditors and everyone else to just sell the planes and sell the equipment and everything else than to, take the terms of the
I saw our guy Xavier Pope up on his Threads account. He was banging on Spirit, saying how awful it was. I'm like, there's no need for this.
No. And also, you can say that, and I think that's totally fair. And I saw other people doing the same thing today. Here's the problem. The fact that they were advertising the fares that they were, even though obviously you had to pay fees and everything else on top of it, everybody understands that. The fact that they advertised the prices that they had, and you could fly basic fares. I mean, you could take a backpack and not upgrade anything and get those prices, kept everybody else's prices somewhat in check.
Mm-hmm.
With that gone,
we have no discount airlines.
So if you are someone like Xavier Pope, sorry to target him,
AP,
but you like the fact that at least held the market in check a little bit. Without them around, good luck.
I'll fix them. I'm not going to travel. How about that?
No, I do.
How about that? I won't travel.
I actually have
staying at home.
I have a Spirit flight booked.
Wait, what?
For Sunday.
No, is that right?
They're going out of business.
That is so typical of you.
Tomorrow. Now, I wasn't going to go anyway. I had already planned on not taking the flight.
Right.
But I have another friend who's on the same flight, and he's now scrambling and trying to figure out what to do. I was going to go down to Santa Anita for the day, just watch horse racing and come back Sunday night. But not anymore.
Coming up next, we find out what's going on. Speaking of Santa Anita, at Churchill Downs, all the specials, all the cool things at the Golden Circle Sports Bar with Chuck Esposito.
Worried about your car payment? Don't be. Drive happy with a Westar Credit Union auto loan. Whether you are ready for something new or want to refinance your current ride, we've got you with affordable payments and easy approvals. Picture yourself behind the wheel, windows down, music up, on the road to what matters most. Apply today at westar.org or stop by your nearest branch. All loans are subject to approval. Terms and conditions apply. Must be a member to borrow. Membership requires a savings account with a minimum balance.
Nothing I hate in the car business more than a bunch of damn liars. That's why I created GiveMeTheVIN.com. Go to Give Me the VIN, put in your license plate number, we'll buy your car. We do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it without a bunch of games. We come to you with a check or pay off your payoff. Look at what people have had to say about GiveMeTheVIN.com. It's real. It's here. We're the Amazon now of car buyers, and we want to buy yours.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Sign up today for a new William Hill Nevada mobile sports account, and you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first qualifying wager. The William Hill Nevada mobile sports app allows you to bet on the go from any iPhone, iPad, or Android device from anywhere in Nevada. Sign up today and you will never miss another bet. With the largest wagering menu, the mobile sports app features same-game parlays, early cash out, and live in-play wagering on all major sports. For more information, official rules, and to see participating sign-up locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-934-1870 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-934-1870. That's 800-934-1870. What do you have to lose? Call 800-934-1870. Again, 800-934-1870.
Some personal injury lawyers talk about less fee, but when you read the fine print, you'll discover they have so many restrictions, it's really an empty promise. At the Richard Harris Law Firm, every client settlement gets our less fee guarantee, which means we'll never take more in fees than our client gets. No restrictions apply. Who you hire matters. The Richard Harris Law Firm, 444-4444.
Here is today's 100 Days of Summer promotion at Whiskey Bar and Grill. Whiskey is offering $3 high ground mules to BFD Society members across all locations. Visit Terribles.com for details.
It's the premier rivalry in the Western Conference, the Vegas Nighthawks and the Arizona Rattlers. Both enter Week 6 4-1, tied atop the West. And this Sunday at 4:30 at Lee's Family Forum, they write another chapter of their storied rivalry history. On top of that, it's Star Wars night at Lee's Family Forum. The first 2,500 fans will receive a Vegas Nighthawks branded light sword. Come on out to Lee's Family Forum or listen on 12:30 The Game as the Vegas Nighthawks battle the Arizona Rattlers.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, the NBA playoffs are in full swing, and I'll give you my boldest predictions for the rest of the playoffs, which will shock you. It's Unsportsmanlike.
On ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM. It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
All right, let's find out what's going on this Friday in the NBA, the NHL, behind the counter. It's also a Kentucky Derby weekend. Good UFC card coming up. Chuck Esposito joins us as we are not down at Treasure Island today. It's our Fox sister station, Fox Sports Las Vegas, getting you ready for VGK hockey tonight. Chuck, what's going on? Adam and Steve here. Hey, Chuck.
I'm doing good, guys. Just should be an exciting sports and racing weekend.
Okay, so let's break down in a second. What are you looking at both the Golden Circle and then over at Red Rock?
Well, it's fun. If you're a horse racing fan, this is the greatest or most exciting 3 minutes of all sports. When these horses are thundering down the stretch and on these big video walls, you feel like you're at Churchill. Got a $10,000 Twin Q that was going on today for the Oaks. A $20,000 Twin Q tomorrow for the Derby. We also give away a official Kentucky Derby T-shirt. With a $25 race wager. So it's a lot of kind of fun stuff. We'll be able to give back to our guests and get them out here and have some fun. And there's some great food and beverage specials as well. But the 152nd Run for the Roses, and if you haven't experienced it in one of the books yet, just the crowd, the atmosphere, the hype, the hats, it's crazy fun.
How crazy do you think it's going to be tomorrow, Chuck, with the wagering? Because it looks like you could have 6 or 7 horses that are inside of 12-1.
Yeah, it looks that way. Renegade is the favorite, but comes out of the one shoot, which isn't really advantageous. We haven't had a winner for quite some time out of the one shoot. I think it's fun when you have a lot of horses as far as a parity standpoint. You don't know what's going to happen for sure, but it appears that we'll have some competitiveness going on tomorrow, and that'll draw a lot of wagers, not just win, place, and show, but some of the exotics as well. And like I said, a $20,000 Twin Q tomorrow, matchsticks to lumber yards if you happen to hit it. So it's kind of a cool bet. The T-shirts will definitely be a big hit. Drink specials, other things like that. So we're pretty excited about it overall.
All right, let's talk a little NBA today as we've got one game underway. We'll get to what's going on with Pistons and Magic, but a lot of people are going to be watching the Lakers and the Rockets. What do you got in terms of numbers on that game? And then what's the series number? Because obviously coming back from down 3-0 has never happened, and now the Rockets have real life.
Yeah, they do. They were. We opened the Rockets a 4-point favorite. It now sits at 3.5. So there's been a little bit of a push that way. When you look at the series, the Lakers are minus 3.25. So they're still a favorite there, but it really has come down quite a bit since they were up 3-0.
Detroit not out to a great start here as they are favored in this one. They're down 36-28, about 8 minutes left in the half. What was the action like this pregame? A lot of people have faith that the Pistons could push this another game.
It was a strange bet game. We opened at 3. It went down to 2.5. It kind of ping-ponged back and forth. Got up to 4 a couple of times, Steve. But the end number actually had come down to 3.5. So a little bit of two-way action on both sides there.
Looking ahead to the second round, we have a series set. The numbers are up for the Spurs and the Wolves. And because the Wolves are just so depleted, this Spurs number is pretty rich.
It really is, and it's a shame because I thought the Spurs played so well in that series against Denver. To lose DiVincenzo and Ant-Man, it really hurts them a lot, the Timberwolves. They're a 14-point favorite against the Wolves right now, the Spurs. We opened at 14. No real movement on the game yet. I've seen a little bit lower around town, but I just don't see an appetite for the guests to love the Timberwolves as beat up as they are, and just the emotions of what it took to win that first series against the Nuggets.
OKC is still the favorite to win the title right now. The Spurs are the second choice, as we mentioned them playing against the Timberwolves. Is there a team that you see people taking that maybe is trying to go against, maybe trying to fade Oklahoma City a little bit, or are people just still all over the Thunder?
They still are. I don't know if they're trying to fade them, but I mean, in the Eastern Conference, the Celtics still seem to be a team that the public's backing, depending on where they ultimately end up. If they move on, they're a team that's getting a lot of action.
Chuck Esposito with us from the STN Books. He's out at Red Rock. Of course, there is an STN book at our Friday home, the Golden Circle Sports Bar. Let's get into a little bit of UFC briefly, as there's a decent card this weekend. What kind of action you seeing on the big fight on this card this weekend in Perth, as it's Carlos Prates against the former champ JDM? Yeah, for us guys, it's you still get a lot of UFC action, which is great, and it just adds to the overall weekend of playoff games. The Knights playing, what we're talking about right now with the Kentucky Derby. I expect, a great handle on the UFC card tomorrow. I think we're going to see a really, really strong handle across the board. The pay-per-view next week is interesting because I'm looking forward to the fight with Chimaev and Strickland, but my God, the better and book respect for Chimaev, minus 465.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. I know these two guys spar, and Strickland is as much of a kind of a bully he can be. Seems like when he's up against Chimaev, he's kind of a different guy. So kind of curious to see what this price does itself. I'm curious if it goes up or down. It is a juicy price, but there's a lot of backers for Chimaev out there.
Does it help in the betting market when it's been so nasty between them and some of the stuff that they've said that it is drawing some attention in terms of just people wanting to see what actually happens? I mean, they've threatened to shoot each other outside of the cage at this point, which is wild. Yeah. Does that help in the betting market?
I think it always does. You think about all the, the trilogy of the Frazier and Ali and kind of all the chatter that went on and the supposed bad blood. I mean, it just draws kind of more interest to it overall to see what happens once they get into the ring or octagon. And I think in this case, it's the same thing, guys.
VGK tonight looks like pretty much a toss-up on the board. Knights lead at 3-2. The total's 5.5. What are you guys looking at? What's the action been like?
Fairly one-sided. We have come down a little bit, but the betting public, I mean, the sharp money has been on the Mammoth, but the betting public, our public, who likes to back, as I've said many times to you guys before, the Aces, the Raiders, the Knights, they're still backing the Knights. I mean, if the Knights win tonight, we prefer it's by one goal and it stays under. We for us, from the business side of it, when they cover the puck line and it goes flying over, usually not a good result. From the fan side of it, we love it. We want to continue to move on and would hope at least this series can go 7 if that's the case.
3-2 Knights then. That works.
Yep. That would work. Or 3-2 Mammoth tonight, and the Knights win in Game 7.
There you go.
Even better.
Yep.
Chuck, one more time. Tell people what's going on, especially at Station Casinos at Red Rock for the Derby tomorrow.
Yeah, we're excited about it, guys. Some great drink specials. A $10,000 Twin Q today for the Oaks. I think it's already done. The Oaks hasn't gone yet, but I think overall it's a nice little prize. $20,000 Twin Q tomorrow. And we've got Kentucky Derby T-shirts. Come to one of our race books. You make a $25 bet, and you get an official Derby T-shirt. So really some kind of fun stuff if you're a race fan. We love giving back to our guests. And, of course, the one wallet on the STN app gives you that ability just to toggle over and start playing races and have some fun tomorrow during these big days.
Chuck, have a fun weekend. Hope you win, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
I mean, deep down, I hope we win, too. We can all win, can't we?
Sure.
They don't always have to win. Please.
Well, we can win, and they can win, and then the rest of the public can lose.
Yeah. At the Golden Circle, they're going to be giving out limited edition Kentucky Derby glasses to people who make a $50 bet on the race on Derby Day. Limited supply, so get on down there early, get your bet in, as they've got limited edition Kentucky Derby glasses. I want to get into something real quick to close out the hour, because I don't know if you're going to take shots or if you're going to be typical, logical. Adam Hill. What was your reaction to a lot of people stepping up at the end of the draft, but especially after the first round, and they're like, Big Ten, more players drafted in the first round, recent national championships, the conference has passed the SEC.
I mean, it has.
Really?
Yeah. But
I thought you'd be logical.
No, I am a logical fan. And as as John Spytek kind of alluded to this in his post-draft presser, and I don't know if you heard the moment where, he said, pretty good football being played in the Big Ten these days, almost insinuating it's better than the SEC. And then I followed up with a question and said, basketball too. Don't forget about that, because we are certainly the dominant conference in basketball.
He went to Michigan.
He did.
Do you think on their draft board it really
I
reflects?
Think a Wisconsin fan too.
Do you think on their draft board it really reflects that the Big Ten has officially passed the SEC?
I don't think it's official. I don't think there's, it's tough to come up with a ranking in that regard. But Big Ten has money and they're spending it, and guys are going there, and it's, it is in that regard at least even out the playing field. I think there's a lot of really good talent.
Credit.
How could you not?
He said, I just think they have a more competitive conference. Okay. Like at the top of their conference, there is more good teams. It used to be, Ohio State was good. Michigan was really good. Harbaugh had a really good team. Indiana is good. Then they've got Oregon. They have the ability to attract good players. And he said now NIL has a factor too.
I think NIL is a big factor. And let's also not forget, in addition to adding Oregon, and not that they've been dominant or anything, but like they've also got, it's not just the northern Midwest anymore. It's not the Great Lakes region. It's USC and UCLA. And
Washington has money.
Sure.
UCLA is going to build some momentum here with a new coach. USC does have money. And you know what? Around the Big Ten, a lot of the middling programs that people don't have a lot of respect for, they also are spending their money.
Rutgers?
They're spending money. I mean, we know, Barry Odom didn't go to Purdue because he was going to have no budget. So
Sure.
they spend money. Iowa spends money. Everyone's got money. I thought you would go when, in this case, when Kirby Smart goes high, you go low. I thought you might turn to the money from the alum base. And reality now is that the SEC is not the only conference that is cheating.
Right.
Now everyone can legally cheat. And when everyone's on an even, if you start going the alums of the Big Ten schools and compare it to the alums of places like Alabama and Ole Miss and Mississippi State, where Adam Hill would have gotten qualified to go to those schools when he was 8th grade.
Look at Alabama, where you get a master's degree to run a checkers.
I'm just loving it up.
You
Go
don't
ahead.
have-
Go ahead and slap around the home runs,
don't
brother.
Have you don't have that much money to donate to the school.
I mean, I'm not saying people who go to South Carolina are stupid.
But how stupid are they?
Vanderbilt's a good school.
Sure. Diego Pavia is a brilliant kid.
Well, not everyone on the football team has to be brilliant.
I think when you don't get drafted and then lash out with expletives about the NFL, probably not the best move.
Yeah, it was a good week for Diego Pavia and Shiloh Sanders. It's working out nicely for those guys.
Make me a sandwich.
The Bucks are actually going to keep him around, huh?
I'm not sure.
Where's that leash getting shorter and shorter?
Seems like
not a very nice comment about Mary Kay Cabot.
No.
The longtime Browns reporter who simply said she has sources that say Deshaun Watson has moved ahead of Shedeur Sanders. And in her opinion, maybe the Browns should just simply name Sanders the starter. And
name
Watson the starter. And Shedeur's brother responded by saying, how about we just talk facts, or you could just go make me a sandwich.
He didn't say make me; he said make a sandwich.
Make a sandwich. But
She said she makes great grilled cheese and ham. By the way,
she has a good sense of humor. You know why? Because she has to hear this crap from the incels and knuckle draggers all over social media. Get out of here.
Hey, it's Jared. Join me this Saturday for the Front Row Card Show at the Rio. Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. Thousands of dollars in free prizes, so don't miss it. This Saturday from 11 to 1 at the Rio with ESPN Las Vegas.
William Hill Sportsbook is your home for betting. Bet the Derby with William Hill. On Derby Saturday, while supplies last at select participating William Hill, Nevada locations, you will receive a free souvenir mint julep glass with a $20 Derby bet. For more details and to find the nearest participating William Hill Race and Sportsbook, go to williamhill.us. That's williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, babe, where are you going?
Fantastic Indoor Swap Meet.
The swap meet? I love Fantastic. Can I come along?
Sure, if you bring your wallet.
What are we shopping for?
Everything. They've got everything, and it's a lot more fun than shopping online.
Okay, let's spend the afternoon. It's just over on Decatur and Okie.
You know, Fantastic's open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 to 6. And like they say, it's fantastic.
And like they say, we've got it.
ZipZap Auto has expanded into one of the largest independent auto repair shops in the Valley. With 23 bays, over 12,000 square feet, ZipZap is your one-stop shop, offering smog tests, oil changes, detailing, bodywork, and engine and transmission rebuilding. Plus, ZipZap provides free towing and diagnostics with qualifying repairs. No appointment necessary. ZipZap Auto on Cheyenne and North Durango Drive, and online at zipzapauto.com.
Sunday evening baseball, a great way to unwind and get ready for the week. This Sunday, we've got the Rangers at the Tigers at 4 on ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM.
Brought to you by Paul Pata Law. It's not about the injury, it's about the recovery.
Listen to UNLV Sports right here on ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM, KWWN, Las Vegas. It's time for Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Friday. Fun. Oh, it's been fun. We do what we do. Adam Hill is here. James as well. It's Cofield, Finley Toyota Studios. What do we do at some point during every show, especially when Adam is on? Crack on everyone else around the country. We're very proud of Las Vegas. We don't like, well, I'm not going to say that. I like other places, just not as much as Vegas. So we just got done dumping on the SEC.
Mostly Alabama.
And those buffoons. Mostly Alabama. Which brings us to...
And on Checkers indirectly. Hopefully they're not a future. Although, actually, I said the managers at Checkers in Alabama have master's degrees from Alabama. So,
well, you know, the funny thing is, I don't know if you saw that. Well, you did because we talked about it. That whole hubbub over the Chargers social media position that hit the web, and people were like, that only pays $60,000, and it turned into this whole. Some people were like, you're doing social media. Shut the F up. All right. Take what you can get. Others are like, it's LA. You can't live on less than $125,000 a year in LA. I just saw another one emerge. Someone says the Baltimore Ravens are looking to pay $58,000 to $68,000 for an experienced graphic designer to work on site and take charge of the brand. This person responds, they're valued at $6.62 billion. Please stop applying for these roles. All right. People are very mad.
Well, that's a
let's
tricky one,
all rise up. We all want to make more money.
That's a tricky one too, because graphic design is that's a career that is very talented people. I know a lot of them, and that's going away very quickly.
Our graphic designer in house for Cofield and Company does a brilliant job. Look at these beautiful cartoons they make and make us very handsome.
Well,
that's definitely worth more than $58,000 to $68,000. That's about $5 million a year. I don't know how they're doing it.
I mean, I made a couple photos last week.
You did?
People are like, how did you do that? I said, I was driving in the car. I was at a stoplight, and I said, make this photo, and it did.
Yeah.
Now, they're not, like, you would know that they're fake, but it's getting real close to not knowing.
Our in-house graphic designer for Cofield and Company, that's why that person doesn't bother putting up our photos. They just make them into cartoons, and then it could be anything you want.
Yeah. I mean,
because I am a handsome cartoon. In a real photo, not so good. And I have a feeling AI would pick up on that and make me uglier, which is that
Very
would be
possible.
disappointing. Yeah. I am on Threads right now, and I'm just finding story after story.
See what that
Who is
photo
it?
It's
Did they change it much? Did they?
I mean, it's
That's looks like Kubiak. It didn't change. It didn't change his photo much. Is that a with? Why would you do that? He's a happily married man, a man of faith.
Sure.
Why would you put him with Mike Vrabel's?
It was Vrabel in the photo originally.
What did you do with that photo?
I just said, can you put other coaches
Oh,
in
you were
this
testing
photo?
it.
I
Okay.
just said, can you put other coaches in this photo? And it just did.
Can you?
It's
Can you make a video?
absolutely disgusting,
Put
actually.
in Maury Povich and let's go with a paternity test because that one was good.
That was good.
Very scared of all of this.
Yeah, it's not a great thing.
Something else I just saw on Threads. This is very important to get to. Let's call Matt Neverett at 5:06. It's 5:03 now. Matt knows we're calling it 5:05. We're going to push him back a minute.
Have you seen Rossini with their kids?
I have seen that one where her husband is holding a little. Mike
I mean, I
Vrabel.
made that.
You did not make that.
I did.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, so you should be proud of
But
yourself.
people passed it around. I
You're
guess.
disgusting.
It's not. I'm not saying it's me. I'm saying the technology is scary and awful, and something needs to happen about it.
What's going to happen?
I don't know. We need to stop it.
We can't.
It's not good.
We can't stop the
It's
robots.
not good.
That's the worst part about this. I will get to my Threads mention later on because now you're getting me going. That the worst part about this is just like the Mart and the Zon, which we know we're killing the economy and small businesses. But do we stop?
No.
No, because we're selfish SOBs.
I think China or Japan just passed a law. Might have been Japan.
Really?
That you cannot get rid of somebody to replace them with AI just for cost cutting.
But that would never fly here.
No, definitely not.
Labor and employee protections.
Yeah. Yeah, what
Are
is
you
that?
crazy? You're trying to be woke?
Well, there's elections in 2 years.
Were you trying to shame me, or were you just wanted to pour out some guilt live on the air about how terrible you feel that you're making? You're
No, I just
basically
think it's
you're in
awful.
the car replacing a graphic designer.
I just think
in-
it's
in
awful.
3 minutes. It is bad.
It's not, like I said, you can obviously tell there's something going on in those photos, but that wasn't even any effort. I literally was at a stoplight and said, replace this with this, and just give me a bunch of coaches in that photo. That's not good.
I'm not making a suggestion, but I might be. But I also know it's very dangerous because this could be the beginning of the end. I will be off for a few days next week.
Sure.
I think the brain trust on the show who are filling in probably should just do at least like a minute of AI Cofield and just see if it sounds the same. And then I come back and they're like, yeah, we're done. We tested it out for a
Yeah.
week. You're a pain in the ass.
What would Cofield's take me on this?
The computer is whatever. Whatever AI is doing doesn't irk us. Doesn't send stupid emails. Not that I do that. I'm a model employee.
It's frightening, and it's definitely entering It's entering media world,
Yeah.
and it's everywhere. It's not good.
AI aviators announcer.
I was gonna say I can't really call games. That was gonna be.
Are you sure?
Not yet. At some point, it will.
Maybe we should do all of our guests next week with an AI voice.
Okay.
Before they actually come on. I don't think it can be done. It'll never be done. We can never replace us.
Famous last words.
Mark that down. Matt Neverett is on the road. He's in the Pacific Northwest. Mr. Neverett, how are you?
Hey, doing well. Still have a job. Haven't been replaced by AI yet, so live to fight another day.
Did you? I saw the. Well, you sent me the picture, so I didn't see it. But we posted the picture of your meal earlier today. Like you didn't print that out, right? That was actually the meal. It wasn't a piece of paper.
No, I have not delved that far into AI. I haven't delved that far into Photoshop yet. No, that was real. That was tangible, and it was delicious.
Lobster roll in Tacoma.
Seafood City.
Okay. And
No, I did. I did let you down, Steve. I didn't take a picture of everything. I went with the coaching staff for the Aviators. We had crab cakes. We had firecracker shrimp. There was some lobster bisque thrown around, some clam chowder as well. So I let you down. I didn't take pictures of everything, but I made sure to get the picture of the big thing that I got.
That was good. But what do we always say? When the food gets on the table,
Phone eats first.
The camera and the phone eat first. Yeah. And the other thing is, as I said, we've got this vast graphics department here now that's pumping out all these cartoons. I really wanted the department to get a smiling Matt Neverett with the lobster roll kind of holding it up. You got to think about these things, man. You're trying to, build your brand.
I do have a little issue though before you answer that. I am just looking right now. There's no lobsters in Puget Sound. Where are they coming from?
Allegedly made or somewhere good. I don't know. Hey, it was tasty. It was authentic enough. At least we're close to some water, and Vegas is really, really good. Some of the best food in the world. But yeah, man, I trust the lobster here more than I do there.
Wow, that's a hot take.
Taking shots.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
Wait, what is the deadliest catch?
Yeah,
isn't that like all Alaska?
Alaska.
Okay, well, I mean, Seattle's there. Tacoma's there. Pretty close.
I just thought they would drag the lobster out of the water and bring it right to your table. I don't know where to find them.
Puget Sound. Okay.
Yeah. Puget Sound. That's where Tacoma is.
What is Tacoma like? Before we get into all this hardcore baseball, what is Tacoma like?
Kind of a quieter, smaller version of Seattle with a lot of the same scenery.
Right.
About a half an hour away, just to the south. It's similar weather. I'm looking out of the Mount Rainier from the radio booth here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma right now, so it's pretty. The weather is beautiful. I mean, the first day it was in the mid-50s on Tuesday, so it was a little chilly. Got down into the upper 40s at night, but it's been about high 60s, low 70s, and not a gust of wind to speak of the rest of the week. And a little bit of clouds today, but no rain expected.
There's also a weird dome stadium.
Yeah.
The Tacoma Dome, which is a smaller version of the Kingdom, which actually is still standing. And then the giant casino, which so it kind of feels Vegas-y. I think there's largest sports book in Northwest.
Yes, theaters come back for a home series.
If you go to the casino in Tacoma, try not to rough anyone up, okay?
Oh, hey, I should be saying the same for you, right? Well, Aviators right now 16-12 record, tied with Sacramento for the best winning percentage in the league through 28 games or so. Remember, the first half, second half structure basically divides the season into 2 75-game chunks with the winner of each half playing each other for the PCL championship. But it's been kind of home road split so far this year for the Aviators. Other in Reno and Sacramento, but they're a team that is winning some close games as of a 5-1 decision last night, which was their first loss in 6 games. The pitching's been good. The offense has been really solid. The bullpen going into last night hadn't given up a run in 4 games. That bounced around a little bit last night, but overall a really strong beginning to the year following up the PCL championship.
Who is Tommy White?
Tommy Tanks, kind of a folk hero when it comes to college baseball. His freshman year in 21 rather, at NC State, he had the freshman record for Division I with 27 home runs. He got the nickname Tommy Tanks that year and was National Freshman of the Year. He then went to LSU for 2 years and tore it up on those teams that had Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz, and they won the national championship there. And he was the second-round pick last year and already up here in Triple A after hitting 301 at Double-A this year. He's a top 10 prospect. He's got plenty of pop. Still not like that, especially for a guy in his first 4 at the level.
He's back. Tell us about what they've got planned for Ohana Night.
Ohana Night. It's always a favorite. Like, I just think Lilo and Stitch when I think of Ohana Night. And it's fun. There's going to be specialty jerseys. Zippy's is the presenting sponsor this year, so definitely going to be some food. I know you're pretty big on Hawaiian food, Steve. We've got a pregame concert in the plaza down the left field line, Hawaiian music all night. It's also a Thirsty Thursday. Don't forget that. So there's going to be the $2 beer specials at the plaza and the Hangar Bar. A lot of merchandise, a lot of Hawaiian dancers on the field, and yeah, those Hawaiian jerseys are usually some of my favorite on the year. That's this upcoming Thursday.
Are you more excited for Ohana Night or Princess Night?
Oh, I mean, you know me. I love my Disney. Hey, they're going to be wearing a specialty jersey that night also. I know that there are some people that love the jerseys in minor league baseball. There are some that hate the different jerseys, and to about on that one, there's going to be 4 different on the front and some white fireworks. It's a really, really cool look. I think there's to them.
I feel like just the idea of somebody called Tommy Tanks wearing a Princess Night jersey is hilarious.
Of course, yeah. That's probably the most PC nickname that is going to be wearing that one.
Mason Barnett pitching tonight?
Yeah, Mason Barnett pitching tonight, guy that got called up earlier in the year after making his big league debut a season ago. Made just the 1 appearance for the A's and then was optioned back down. 4 starts with the Aviators, 2-0 record, a 2.3 ERA, 21 strikeouts and just shy of 20 innings. Will play. The big thing for you guys is allowing 203 opponent batting average at league level with Jeff Springs from the game yesterday with a hip contusion, what have you. There's going to be a shakeup. It was Luis Morales that was scratched from the Aviators rotation yesterday. Can confirm he's still with the team, so I'm on the ride over, so I'm not sure necessarily what the corresponding move is going to be. Could be Barnett if he continues to dominate, the reigning PCL pitcher of the week as well. He outdueled George Clausen against Salt Lake last week in 5 scoreless innings, 7 strikeouts. Got him the award.
Matt Everett is with us. We're talking a little Aviators, getting to the A's here in just a second. He is in Tacoma right now calling the Aviators series. Max Muncy on the DL. It's a hand injury, and basically what the situation amounts second and third, this is going to be kind of developmental to see who comes out of this. Obviously, McNeil, a veteran, is not the solution, 4 years from now, but that means Ternaya extra time, Gello down, Rich on the middle infield, right? How's my guy from Rutgers doing in the form of Joshua Kuroda Grauer? He's off to a good start, right?
Yeah, he is, and he led the Midwest Aces in the first month of the year, playing a great shortstop, getting on base, which for him is long as he gets on base, he'll have a way to make an impact with his legs and with his glove, no matter what. I would see Las Vegas at Tanya was DFA'd with kind of a between a rock and a hard place decision, really, to put it bluntly, for the A's. So they DFA'd Ibanez, was hoping that nobody would pick him up. Well, the Mets did. So he's now a New York Met or maybe a Syracuse Met. I haven't seen where they're playing. They're pretty light at third base. So because of that, Brett Harris called up. He's backing up Darrell Hernandez right now with Max Muncy still undergoing some imaging and some question marks in terms of the health of that hand that he's already broken once. So with that in mind, Double-A lineup featured Leo DeVries at third base each of the last 2 days. It's his first career appearances at third base. And with Tommy White slotting up to Triple-A, Leo DeVries playing a little bit of third at Double-A, you kind of read the tea leaves there. And the A's kind of know that they're pretty shallow at that position overall, outside of their 2 studs in in Tommy White. I'm just going to call him Tanks interchangeably. And Leo DeVries, who is the right size for a third baseman, should he make that move. And I've heard coaches say that if you can play short, you can play third. It's just a difference of angles. So if they can figure that out, look out. They may have some real power in the corner infield of the major league level in short order.
Let's go around baseball. First, in the American League East, Yankees are out to a really good start at 20-11, which is surprising because they still don't have anything close to what their pitching staff was supposed to be. But Cam Schlittler has been absolutely dynamite. Who is going to make a run or will neither make a run here? Blue Jays and Red Sox both out to poor starts. Who do you have more confidence in?
I mean, realistically, if you're making me pick between those two, I'd have to say Toronto. I mean, they've got a coaching staff that's been together for more than 4 days, and they've got the American League pennant to fall back on, getting back to last year. So they've got a little bit of confidence. The Red Sox, for a couple of years now under Craig Breslow, have been really just trying to figure it out, take that next step. And I don't know what it's going to take, because they went out, the front office went out and got a lot of good pieces. They went out and signed Alex Bregman. They went out and got Garrett Crochet. They've supplemented with some other bodies, and it just isn't working. They're just not hitting. So something's got to give, and I'm not sure what it's going to take for the Red Sox. So if you're making me pick between those two, the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, who I've got more confidence in, it's going to be the Blue Jays, despite the fact that neither of them are off to a hot start offensively.
At the bottom of the AL West, Matt Nevert's with us here on ESPN Las Vegas. Did we just? I say we. By the odds, no one expected the Astros to be 12-20. So I'll say we in general. Did we miss something with the Astros? Just a slow start? What do you think it is?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of it has to do with the fact that their pitching is not bad, not awful, but abysmal. I mean, they've got one of the worst pitching in recent memory. They're the only team in baseball with an ERA above 6, and the gap between them and the second worst team ERA, which is the Nationals, is over a full run. The Nationals are 29th in baseball with a 5.08 team ERA. The Astros are 6.10 in terms of their team ERA. That is a crazy number, and it's a team that's given up already like 50 home runs and the most runs they earned in the league. They've got to figure something out with pitching because their bats without Kyle Tucker are not going to be able to supplement just awful pitching at this point. And I don't know, again, I don't know what it's going to take for them to turn it around, but they're a team that's willing, and they've shown that they are over the years willing to make plenty of moves at the deadline. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Astros definitely throw some stuff at the wall to see what sticks in July.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that in the National League, I think the Cardinals are for real. I saw a lot of people. Well, I think I know this. Before the season, they were one of the bets you could make for worst record in baseball. It's a weird deal with them because they've got a lot of prospects who are now 25, 26, 27, and like they haven't all come together at the same time. And it kind of feels like between, Burleson, Gorman, Nathan Church, who else am I blanking on? Their top prospect was Jordan Walker, that they've all kind of arrived at the same time. I mean, they're older than we expected when they would arrive. I mean, Roland Mason win. I think they're legit. I'm not saying they're going to win 105 games. I think they can win 85 games, and they're far from what people were predicting, which was around a 70-win team.
Oh, and I think, too, you see the trend of offense kind of dipping across Major League Baseball. I mean, the Cardinals with a 240 average are about a 500 team. The Dodgers lead baseball with the 272 clip. You got the lowly Reds hitting at 220, just looking at the numbers while I got them up in front of me. It's just a weird time. And across baseball, you see in that National League Central Division where every team is at 500 or better, it's going to be a rock fight towards the end of the regular season. You would assume that division kind of back to what it was almost 10 years ago. I remember, when my dad was with the Pirates and we were living in Pittsburgh, and you had the Pirates and the Cardinals as the two best records in baseball. I think it was 96 and 94 wins between the two of them, with the Cubs and the Brewers competing, and then all those fights with the Reds. The National League Central is one of the most fun divisions in baseball when it's really good, and they've got a lot of different types of teams that are going to really create a lot of park in Cincinnati at Great American when it heats up in the summer. I think other teams that have better offenses, more consistent offenses at least, are going to be able to feast, and that's when they're going to kind of go into those dog days, so to speak.
Matt Neverett, voice of baseball here in Las Vegas, joins us every Friday as we talk A's, talk Aviators, talk a little UNLV. We'll get to the Hustle and Rebels here in a second. But one last Major League Baseball note, Alex Cora got dumped by the Red Sox at the same time as Robbie Thompson was dumped by the Phillies, was offered the job, said no thank you. Listen, the obvious tie is there with Dombrowski. Do you think that he just wants a rest, or do you think he actually looked at the Phillies roster and it's one of those rosters that on the surface looks okay, but it is aging? I guess they can buy themselves out of the issue with the pitching staff, but, Wheeler and Nola aren't getting any younger. Do you think Cora turned down the job because he looked at it and he's like, I don't know, I'm kind of walking into the same situation, high expectations and not a great team?
I mean, I guess that's a team that I would be thrilled to take over. You've got some of the best hitters in baseball, and talking about Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber, especially in terms of power, guys that can change the game with one swing, and they've just underperformed. In my eyes, they've got as much talent as any team in baseball, especially in what's going to be a very competitive National League East again. I don't know what it was, because Dombrowski's a great guy to work with, especially for a guy that's worked with him in the past. And again, like the Astros, I think Dombrowski, specifically throughout his career, has shown nothing but a willingness to make moves and do what it takes, especially when he's got the backing of a big market front office behind him. So this is a Phillies team that is going to turn it around, make no doubts about it. I'll be very interested to see who they kind of pick to lead the next generation, because I do think Alex Core kind of wanted a break. I know from personal experience with my dad there, it's a little bit different, but it is just unique in terms of the pressure and the media expectations in boxing, whether it's on or off the field. And I can very much see a guy like Alex Core who's been going in that kind of atmosphere, just kind of wanting to rest while he's got it for the rest of this year.
Matt, what do we got going on with UNLV baseball? Milwaukee this weekend, which is a quirky scheduling spot, and then Mountain West to close out. So give us where they stand right now in the Mountain West and their chances to do something big to close out the year.
Yeah, UNLV, they need some wins here. And, this weekend series against Milwaukee with games tonight, tomorrow, and then Sunday afternoon at 11 o'clock, they don't mean diddly when it comes to the Mountain West tournament, but it's huge because then on Tuesday they'll welcome in BYU. They'll play Fresno State and San Diego State over the next 2 weekends, the first on the road, the next at home. Now, in those 6 games specifically, they're going to need to make up some ground because right now with 9 teams in the Mountain West and the baseball side of things, the top 6 make the tournament at Sloan Park and Mesa, the Cubs spring training site. If the season is today, you will be out, right? And Fresno State, 3 in too many games. So it's UNLV or Grand Canyon or bust. They got to win this first one this weekend, really getting in a lot of momentum. 3-game series. This is going to be a big confidence booster after losing 2 of 3 last weekend against UNR on the road and then dropping an 8-3 decision against Utah Tech. The Trailblazers took 2 out of 3 against UNR. That just cannot happen.
Matt, get some more of those food pictures. Have a good call this weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Anytime. I'll take some pictures of the apps next time, I promise.
Let's go. Come on. One dish. He knows better than that. You got to get it. I need more material. I need more ammo.
Yeah, we need the whole picture.
Just one lobster roll and some fries?
Actually, this one.
I'm not a lobster roll person, so I don't know what they're supposed to look like, nor do they appear to be. Last. I was. Hopefully, your guy.
Softy. Kind of.
He does a good job, man.
I don't think people in Seattle are going to Tacoma.
That guy's but people listen to KJR in Tacoma.
Right. I'm saying I don't know that.
Oh, I think you would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I've been to Jackson's Bar and Grill. It's a great place.
Been there with you.
It's a great place to watch hockey tonight. Hometown hockey games. They've got their gaming going on during the games, and what that means is they've got the puck and slap shot, so you can win up to $775 in free play at Jackson's Bar and Grill. It's at Flamingo Jones, 6020 West Flamingo, $22 best steak, garlic marinated bistro filet, and also the 1 pound ribeye. You get your veggie and then your choice of a side. The whiteboard, every day they erase it, put up new desserts. It's outrageous how delicious it is. Happy hour 24 hours a day. Go get the club tails. I love the club tails. Jackson's Bar and Grill. Cool local place. They do it. You got value on the steaks and also a tremendous menu. Breakfast is dynamite. And the sound will be on for the hockey game tonight. It's at Flamingo and Jones, Jackson's Bar and Grill.
Got something to say? Hit us up on the Bay Law text line. 702-364-1100. Brought to you by Bay Law Injury Attorneys. Winning is no accident.
This traffic report is brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover.
Also still working on Paradise Road, Airport Connector northbound approaching Russell, Flamingo at Fort Apache, and Valley View southbound approaching Sahara.
This traffic report was brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Visit us at jlrle.com. Here, chips to luxury vehicle at a non-luxury price. Hi, this is Brennan, General Manager at Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Come and see a variety of our certified pre-owned vehicles at Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas or visit us online at jlrlv.com.
Spring into cash for betting sports. The William mobile app reward program, earn up to 500 Spring Rewards for mobile wagers made until May 31st. Wooz, you can earn even more Spring Rewards points for teasers, parlays, and same game parlays. Sign up for the William Hill mobile app today and opt in to enroll in Spring Rewards. To see participating locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 100-5700.
Collectors, Front Row Card Show is back at the Row Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas on May 2nd and 3rd. Biggest show ever! Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. Beckett, CGC, and JSA will be there. So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. 600 vendors, including Chumley from TV's Pawn Stars. Thousands of dollars in free prizes. Don't miss it. Front Row Card Show, Rio Hotel and Casino, Saturday and Sunday, May 2nd and 3rd, 11 to 5. For more info, go to frontrowcardshow.com. That's frontrowcardshow.com.
Hey, Nevada, this is Xenophon Leaders and Judah Colic, founding partners at Panda Law.
We're proud to be the best firm, helping people tackle credit cards, personal loans, medical bills, and business debt.
If you've been struggling with more than $50,000 in debt, you might feel like bankruptcy is your only choice.
But always true. At Panda, we've had thousands of clients restructure or reduce their debt with
personal get you back on track.
Imagine the relief of getting that debt under control, saving money each month, restoring your credit score, and finally having peace of mind.
Call Panda Law today or visit us online to learn how we can help you find the debt relief you deserve without bankruptcy.
That's Panda Law. Call today for a free consultation and start your journey to a bright financial future.
Call Panda Law, 702-818-3888.
Hey, Jeff, how's the new job working out?
Really sucks. Terrible boss, and the paycheck is even worse. I gotta get a new job.
Truck you.
Wait.
Truck you CDL training. My brother got his CDL license in 4 weeks, and now he has a new career making great money.
Okay, I'm listening.
Truck you offers small classes with night and weekend times available. They will even help with payment programs. Check them out. LV.com. Truck you.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of the little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Motherhood to me is everything.
They have no days off. They're so resilient, so strong, and so underrated.
They are 24/7 on call.
I wouldn't be where I am today without her support and guidance.
She just pulled her boots on every day and went to work.
She taught me the importance of being self-reliant and kind, but not a doormat.
Mom is the pillar of our ranch.
She's the backbone of our family.
I'm very fortunate that I grew up with a great mom, and I'm even more fortunate that I've got a great mom for my children.
Boot Barn, keep west.
Power Shift by NV Energy is all about taking savings to the next level. Check it out. These products and services save energy and money. There are discounts and rebates on energy-efficient devices and free smart thermostats. Take savings to the next level at nvenergy.com/powershift. PowerShift by NV Energy. This is what we do.
Modelo is an official cerveza of the Las Vegas Raiders and the JT the Brick Show. Modelo Especial is a rich, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste, brewed with fighting spirit since 1925. It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
It's a no conflict Friday, right, Adam Hill?
Yeah.
So we don't want conflict, and yet we're going to have to close out the show with conflict. It might not be between us. It might be between us. Let's see some comments. If you want to watch our live video, we've actually been running it the entire show. Our vast graphics crew and digital crew. Well, they forgot to turn it off, so we went live. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You can go back and watch the live videos, not so live, afterwards. And then we've got little shorts everywhere. They're not little shorts. They're shorts. Up on those same platforms, including TikTok as well. James doing a good job of getting videos out. A couple of comments that we got earlier in the show, I just noticed. Let's see. At 3:18, Tony said, "Sounds weird." It did sound weird because we had an echo at that point. Our digital department got that fixed, so the echo went bye around 3:20. MG said, "You need to have Adam on more often." Oh, do we? Yeah. Sorry. My bad. Adam, are you mad at me for not scheduling you more?
Dude, by the way, did you
don't go off that topic?
I do have to. I am. I'm upset. But Matt didn't show us the appetizer.
Matt Neverett is in Tacoma. He sent us a lobster roll.
But look what else he had.
What else did he have on this?
Just, I mean, he was.
That's not him.
Yeah, it is. That's what he was eating.
No, that's an old picture.
No, look, he had a whole seafood tower and he was sitting by the pool.
That's not a current picture.
What do you mean?
Do you believe it's a current picture?
I just made it in the break.
You just made it. I knew it. See? This is what I'm talking about. This is the conflict part. And by the way, MG, the reason Adam's not on is because Adam's not on. It's not us. He's gotten very busy, so we try to get him on when he can come on.
The seafood tower looks better than the lobster roll did.
Someone said earlier in our AI discussion that AI could replace Joe West. Well, he's out. So and they kind of are. It's not really AI, but they kind of are replacing a lot of the umpires. I don't know how, because I like to complain a lot. You hear that on the air. I don't know how I'm going to deal with what's going on the internets. By the way, how do you deal with it? Because now you're taking part in it by making fake pictures of a seafood tower with Matt Neverett with a picture from like
also
8 years ago.
They put a hand coming out of his neck. If you see,
oh wow,
if you see that, like that's a problem.
So this is what you do all day? Is just on your phone? You just make pictures, and you're like, where can I find the flaws?
They're just asking how to do it.
What's wrong on this one?
Like there's a lot of it that you have to do. Like I literally saw one last night, and I was getting ready to send it out to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, let me go back here. You have to double and triple check sourcing on everything.
But no one does.
Because somebody was doing a TikTok where they were making fun of a college paper written by Jackson Dart. Have you seen this TikTok? It's going everywhere.
No.
And I said, this it not only is it horrible, it's hilarious. Like, this is ridiculous. And the guy was like, Jackson Dart got a degree from Ole Miss. Like, if you were with Ole Miss, would you be proud that this is what? And I was like, this is crazy. And it actually it was a research paper on the Mario movie. And I said, this is a preposterous paper. And I went and I said, let me just figure this out. And I went back, and it was written by somebody else. And somebody had just AI Jackson Dart's name onto the paper and then made fun of it. And it looked very legitimate. All they did is change the name. And I said, God, I fell for it at first. Now, to be fair, I caught it and did that. But that's just what it is. I told the story last year about people, no matter what you post or what anybody posts on X now, people ask Grok. Right. Grok, is this true? And
Grok can go F itself.
Sure. Grok has no idea, by the way. It knows what else is out on the internet.
Right.
So I was standing with Jacoby Myers, receiver for the Raiders.
Yeah.
I was standing with him at his locker, just me and him. And I asked him if he still wanted to be traded from the team because he had made a trade request in preseason. This is midway through the season. Trade deadline's coming up. I said, do you still stand behind that trade request? Do you want to get traded? And he said, absolutely yes. And then give me a quote about why he wanted to be traded. He said, I'm being a good citizen, but I want out. I tweeted it. The first response was, Grok, is this true? And Grok said, no, there's no credible reports of this out there. And I said, I'm standing with him.
It's my report.
I'm standing with him right now.
It hasn't hit the internet yet, jerk, Grok.
He told me. But then the person was like, I knew it. Like, okay. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you either.
Like, AI only takes from sourcing that's out there. That's a big problem. Mm-hmm. Now, who knows where it's going to go from now? And the picture stuff that's out of control.
Okay, let me give you a picture. So I'm on Threads during the break, and I see this one. Anthony Kiedis, 61 of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, watches a Lakers game with his girlfriend Helena, 19. Look at the picture.
Oh wow, nice, good for them.
Now, when I looked at it, I'm like, whoa, she is really young. Now he looks great for his age.
Sure.
Now, of course, I do look it up because I'm like, I don't know if I believe this. Of course, the first couple of responses are, I'm 62. This is disgusting. Okay. He dated Helena in 2015.
Okay.
Now, he was still like 49. Was that 10 years ago? So he was 51 and she was 19.
I see no problem.
He's now 61. He's dating a 33-year-old, but
age
this is not
appropriate.
accurate. This would suggest that this was a
That's not
Lakers
even
game.
AI though. That's just
No, but that's what I'm
source.
talking about. It's a weird reporting I mentioned the other day. The 7'9" kid at Florida, Olivier Ryu. He transfers from Florida. I see an immediate report. These are the 5 schools that are interested in him, and it's like Purdue and other high majors. I'm like, no, they're not. I know they're not. He's more of a project. He lands at UC Irvine. A week after that report that said these are the schools that are interested in him, it said his asking price was $3 million. Now, I know that's not true. It's not true.
Yeah.
But
Well,
like,
that's a
how,
totally
but
separate.
how do you're right. AI is different than misinformation. People are intentionally misinforming.
Yeah.
I'll give you one that came up today, and the San Fran Chronicle did a good job on it. Did you see this report about the A's secretly getting ready for a name change when they come to Vegas?
Not to you yet. I heard about it a couple weeks ago.
Do you know what the name is?
Updates. No.
Black Fire.
Okay. It doesn't sound like it's legitimate.
No, it doesn't. But people started sniffing out this
Kinda
sort
sick.
of quiet thing that may have been the A's. It turned out it was not the A's. They wouldn't comment on it, so that only adds to people like, oh, they're, conspiratorial. It's some office that happens to be like a 5-minute drive away from the Uncommons.
Okay.
The San Fran Chronicle wasn't exactly sure what it was, but it doesn't have anything to do with the A's. It's not going to be the Las Vegas Black Fire.
Yeah, we can revive that. Be pretty good.
But how many people will like?
Maybe that could be the MLS team when they build the stadium at the Star.
That's another good example. But the Chronicle at least, went down, did the deep dive. Now, I will ask you about the topic we started out the show with, which is rookie minicamp is here. The Raiders did not get very aggressive in the draft picking wide receivers. They took a kid from Oregon who is a speed merchant. So that would suggest to me, and you can tell us about other UDFAs, but that would suggest to me that the Raiders are either happy with what they have at wide receiver, or they may be looking to trade for someone. There is the story today that, who is it? Jeremy Fowler put out a note that the Patriots and Eagles are far from a done deal moving A.J. Brown. So first, what's going on with the receiver room? What do you think Spytek and Kubiak think of the receiver room with the Raiders?
Well, I think they believe it's better than most people do.
Okay.
I would disagree. I do think they need that physical presence, and we talked about it earlier, but the fact that Fernando Mendoza really does like throwing 50-50 balls. He likes throwing back shoulder throws. He likes giving his receivers a chance to go win, and they often won in college. I mean, think of what his numbers would have been if his receivers weren't winning at the rate that they were winning.
I like Trey Tucker's chance
To win a
in
50-50
a
ball?
scrum to
Sure.
outmuscle someone. How big is Trey Tucker?
He's not big.
Yeah.
I stand next to him a lot.
He might win
Really-
some of
really
them.
like him. Good kid.
Right.
Very fast. He can get open. Luckily, he doesn't have to get 50-50 balls because he's super fast and he gets open. But they don't really have that guy, except for Brock Bowers being a tight end. But they think Jalen Naylor can do a little bit of that. He's got speed too. There's a lot more he can do. I think they strongly believe Jalen Naylor will break out, being out of Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison's shadow in Minnesota. That's a lot that they have a confidence in. They do like Trey Tucker as well. They got Jack Bash and Dante Thornton. They do draft Malik Benson, but they don't really have that physical 50-50 ball guy. There is a name to watch potentially in the UDFA market that they signed, which is Chase Roberts from BYU, who does do a lot of that. Now, he's not fast, can't really get open, doesn't take the top off a defense, and in NFL, I think corners are going to sit on his routes a lot because he's not going to really threaten them downfield, but the other guys will, so that can help, and he will just go get the ball. There is on his tape, there's definitely catches that he should have had no chance at that he catches. Now, again, getting open, not the easiest thing. He does have a good sense against his own. He can find some soft spots, things like that. But if there's press coverage, he's going to have a tough time. But he can just go get the ball. And that's a guy, I think, if that is a need that they still have, which I believe it is, that's a guy to potentially watch that will be able to maybe, fight through some contact, make some catches, catch back shoulders, that sort of thing. That's a name to keep an eye on, probably.
On the way back, I want to talk about Jack Bech.
Okay.
I guess someone we need to get into because they spent a high pick on him. They can't be completely done with him in 1 year. And again, by what they did in the draft, they, as you just said, they seem to have confidence in this group. We'll close it out in the grab bag.
The Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island Hotel and Casino is the best place to watch games on the Strip. There's a huge video wall and over 55-plus screens throughout the bar. Place your sports bets at the new STN Sportsbook. The menu with the Golden Circle Burger, the Linebacker Bison Burger, Philly Cheesesteak, the Polish Sausage, and so much more is dynamite. The Golden Circle Sports Bar's happy hour is amazing with $5 draft beers every day from 10 a to 6 p. Treasure Island, the Vegas destination for those seeking a contemporary resort experience with an ideal location on the Las Vegas Strip. And remember, parking is always free.
You know, a lot of lawyers who advertise here don't even live here. If they say Nevada, they're not from around here. If they think our capital is Las Vegas, they're not from around here. I'm Richard Harris, and I am from Nevada. I grew up here. I went to school here. I raised my family here. No one knows Nevada like we do. If you've been injured, call me, Richard Harris, of the Richard Harris Law Firm. 444-4444, just in case.
Anonymous 17 wrote online, I just found the car of my dreams at the Valley Auto Mall, and now I feel #epic. Find your own dream ride. Click or visit the Valley Auto Mall today.
You're pregnant, and no matter what you do, no matter what you try, you can't stop using alcohol, drugs, or tobacco. But no matter how lost you are, how far along you are, it's not too late. There's always hope. And there are many safe places that can help you stop using. In Nevada, pregnant women are given the highest priority for substance use treatment. Low-cost treatment options may be available so you and your baby can get healthy now. If you or someone you love is pregnant or thinking about getting pregnant and using alcohol, drugs, or tobacco, visit SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org or call 211 to find help today. SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org also has resources for healthcare providers, friends, and family. If you want to help someone who's pregnant and using, visit SoberMomsHealthyBabies.org or call 211 today. Sponsored by the Nevada Division of Public and Behavioral Health and in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
Technology never stands still. And neither does Les Olson IT. For 70 years and counting, we've helped businesses adapt, grow, and stay secure through every change. With experienced people and smart technology solutions, we make work easier, more productive, and more secure. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Let Les be here for you.
Modelo is an official cerveza of the Las Vegas Raiders and the JT the Brick Show. Modelo Especial is a rich, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste, brewed with fighting spirit since 1925.
Hey, Las Vegas, are you tired of plumbing prices that break the bank? At 365 Plumbing, we're bringing fair pricing back. Family owned and operated, we treat your home like it's our own. For your everyday plumbing needs, we're here 365 days a year, rain or shine, day or night. Extend the life of your water heater right now. For a limited time, take advantage of our water heater flush special for only $26. Visit us at 365plumbingnv.com. 365 Plumbing, because where the water flows, 365 Plumbing goes.
Don't miss the William Hill Radio Show, hosted by Paul Howard. Now live every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. at the William Hill Sportsbook inside Palms Casino Resort. He'll break down all the latest betting action, including the odds, matchups, and who bettors are backing the most. After the William Hill Radio Show, make the William Hill Sportsbook at Palms Casino Resort your home for betting with live, continuous, and game wagering. Don't miss the William Hill Radio Show every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
After an accident, you don't want another headache dealing with the insurance companies. Let us get you all the money you deserve. Call 877-1500. That's 877-1500.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500. 877-1500.
Randy Westbrook, managing attorney.
Cofield and Company presents Grab Bag on ESPN Las Vegas.
Stick your hand in there, Dave.
All right, down the stretch here, Cofield and Company, big weekend on the way, big night on the way with VGK, trying to close things out. What do you think? They do it?
No. I think there's a game 7. It's just been such an evenly matched series. I think they win game 7. I think they win the series, but tonight could be tough.
You want to watch the game tonight? The Hank is on the scene at the grand opening of Tailgate Beach Club at Mandalay Bay. First ever public event, doors open in 15 minutes. Puck drop at 7 o'clock. It's a 21 and over venue. It's at Mandalay Bay. It's the Tailgate Beach Club. Fans have a chance to enter to win tickets to the next game at home for VGK. So that could mean a game 7 or the first game of the next round. Free giveaways for the fans in attendance, and they got a whole thing designed to make it feel like you're at a VGK home game. So Golden Knights action tonight. Grand opening of Tailgate Beach Club at Mandalay Bay. Get in there soon. Puck drop at 7 o'clock. In the bag?
Stick your hand in there, Dave.
I look at so much social media and I know what's going on and I know what I should be doing, which is just lying and trying to fool people and just putting up trolling posts. And we do it a little bit, but react to this one. Stephen A. Smith on a recent
I already know what you're going to
show says he can't be with a woman that doesn't prioritize cooking. Thoughts? My first thought when I saw that, okay, good for him.
Why?
If that's what he likes and that's who he wants to be with.
Okay.
He didn't say, like, that's all she's going to do.
Make me a sandwich.
See, everyone races to that, but God. Yeah, someone immediately. It's going to be, the person says, it's going to be a lot of old single men. Okay, he said it. The rest of us didn't. Another person. Sounds like he actually wants a cook, not a relationship.
Yeah, get a chef.
All he said was someone who likes to cook.
Prioritizes. First of all, that sounds like a boring person. The thing I'm looking for most, not fun, not adventurous, not likes the same music, not likes to do the same activities. Some woman who will stay home and cook for me. That's what I want. Just get a chef. You're rich. That's ridiculous. I thought you were going to go with the other one that there's strong indications that Stephen A. Smith will be a major part of the WWE storyline this summer and participate in the
I forgot how much you love wrestling.
That's so dumb. No, I don't. And this is what I don't like. Why are we doing this? I know why we're doing this. Because we know who's running. We know who's running that business now, along with the other sports businesses.
I actually don't. Who's running that business?
Well, like sports media people are now running the WWE and the UFC and boxing. And like they think how they tried to save WrestleMania with Pat McAfee, who I love, but like that was their solution.
Didn't he bail early?
No, he said that if his guy lost, he'd be out, and now he's out. And now they're like, oh, who else in the sports media world can save our events? Like, stop.
Hey, do me a favor. Can you find the cheesesteak bite from yesterday? I think Stephen A. will be a great character in wrestling.
Okay, that's fine. Sure, he's gonna be very dedicated to it.
You love wrestling now. Look at how pissed off you are.
So dumb.
Okay, my spirit animal. We're each going to pick a show mascot of sorts. I'm going to go with a human being. I've loved this guy forever. The godfather of meat up on TikTok. And I played this for the audience yesterday about this guy. All he does is go around the Philly area and try out cheesesteaks. And he actually admitted finally, he's like, man, I've had a lot of cheesesteaks. We got to spice it up.
What's everybody's thoughts on bacon and eggs on a cheesesteak? Now, I'm going to be honest. I fought it for years. My buddies always said, oh, it's good. We should be doing this for our fantasy football draft. And I was always a hard no until now.
Bacon and eggs on cheesesteak? Okay, I mean,
yeah.
Fine.
Egg, you bust it open, there's yolk all over the cheesesteak.
I mean, it doesn't sound like something I would want to do.
The whole point is this guy has the life that I wanted to have. He just goes to cheesesteak and pizza joints and tries wings, pizza, and cheesesteaks. And
prioritizes a woman that'll make cheesesteaks
he,
for him.
he prioritizes anyone who will make food for him.
Okay.
That's a life. The godfather of meat.
Not-
You're going with your spirit
not my
animal,
guy.
who's actually an animal. You're going with Chonkers. And this is a tough week because I really like Chonkers too, but the godfather of meat, I'm sorry, is it for me? But who is Chonkers?
Chonkers is just a massive sea lion. Did you watch the video of him? He's just massive. Like, there's all these sea lions that hang out with the pier in San Francisco. Most of them are, normal size sea lions. I don't know what that is. I don't know, 1,000 pounds.
Let's put together a picture. On this floating dock, there were probably 40 sea lions.
Yeah.
Chonkers jumps up on the dock.
Yeah. And they all scattered.
And he is like
Chonkers needed a place to nap.
He's a quarter of the dock.
He's massive. He's 2,000 pounds supposedly. Just like, yo, to chill. And they all have to scatter around. They all thought they had a place to just relax for a while. Chonker's like, nah, it's my spot, bro. I got this. And then he wants to lay in the sun and nap. Good for Chonkers.
Yes.
They don't know where he's from. He's not local. They don't get that big there. So he found his way down there. And he's like, this is my spot now.
So even with what looks like a pretty spirited conditioning campaign, he swam a long ways. Now he's taking over the dock.
Now he's become a tourist attraction. Let Chonkers just live his life. Everybody wants to go down to the pier and see him now. There's like huge crowds to look at Chonkers. This is a Chonkers nap, man.
Okay, well, here's the thing. You're lying when you say just let him live his life, because I know what you're going to do this weekend with AI.
Well, no, I'm going to go there.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go see Chonkers.
To go get pictures of Chonkers,
Yeah.
to then put them through your AI machine
Sure.
and put out videos and pictures of him.
I love Chonkers.
And misrepresent who he is and what he is.
Who doesn't love him?
A 2,000-pound individual that appears to be 20 times the size of a normal sea lion, doing what he wants. By the way, is your nickname from the past not Tsunami?
Sure.
Aren't you sort of Chonkers like when you walk the strip? Wasn't that how you got the
Well, it was
Tsunami
a long
name?
time ago. Chonkers might be from Seattle.
Whoa!
Yeah. The sea lions are bigger up there.
What if he's from Tacoma? Are you going to get mad?
Might have been what Matt had for an appetizer. Chonkers' brother.
Why would you do that? I thought you loved Chonkers.
I do.
All right, enjoy the weekend. VGK hockey's coming up. Go over to Fox Sports Las Vegas.
Sunday evening baseball. This Sunday, we've got the Rangers at the Tigers at 4 on ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM.
Brought to you by the Richard Harris Law